Yo.
Let's go, y'all. The panel is back, and we are here to talk about everything that's current news right now. And at the top of that list, no, Dion, it's not that LeBron's back. It's not that the King is home. It is not that the Detroit Pistons are smoking hot and on a 10-game winning streak and at the top of the East. It is not that Giannis, Ja Morant, and Wemby are all injured. And we don't know the significance of that injury, but we'll still talk about them. It is not those things, fellas. It is not the fact that we'll be doing the top 5 comments of the week today. It is not the fact that we'll be talking about our smoking hot, super hot takes. It's not that, Pin. What are we here to talk about today?
Given that you are the host, probably 2 minutes of Toronto Raptors talk and 2 hours of why the Seattle Supersonics need to be back in Seattle. I don't know. What are we here to talk about? Let me know.
You actually cooking. But no, we won't be talking about the Sonics. One day, hopefully, we will be. But today, we're talking about how the Raptors have exceeded most people's expectations so far.
Sure.
They are 9-5 right now. They're on a 4-game win streak right now. They're 8-2 in the conference, which it is the Eastern Conference, but they're 8-2. But Pin, more importantly, they're 8-2 in their last 10 games. That's what we're here to talk about, Mars. Which, speaking of which, hello, Mars.
Ron, can we stop with this Eastern Conference shit? Can we stop with the Eastern Conference logic? I mean, this isn't 2013 anymore. It's not. The East is a lot better than what it used to be. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton's gone. No problem. Yes, Jason Tatum is out of the lineup. Yes, Giannis just got hurt. However, it's a long season, and we got some teams in the Eastern Conference that are a lot better than what we thought that they were. So, the East is a lot better than you give it credit for. This isn't 2012 anymore, man. It's not. It is not.
Sure. Do you want to do this right now?
Let's right now.
Yo,
right now.
Let me tell you something. Last night, the 9th team in the Eastern Conference just went onto the road and beat a top 2 team in the West.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So,
that would be the Chicago Bulls, Ron.
Yeah.
That would be the Bulls. They went into Denver and won last night. That did happen. Let's not act like that's not going on. Yeah, that did happen.
Shout out
and
to
Philly.
That's not going on, though. Like, it happened, but it's not going on.
But it is going on. Philly beat the Clippers yesterday. I mean, the East ain't as whack as you say it is, Ron. It's not.
Philly beat who?
The Clippers.
The Clippers.
Yeah, Philly did beat the Clippers yesterday.
So,
no Joel Embiid. And they dragged Podcast P to a victory somehow.
See, so. Mars is the only one that's going to be logical right now. So, Mars, I'm going to give you some Eastern Conference teams, and you just let me know where they will be in the West.
Oh, this is already nasty. It's already nasty.
It's already.
At the end of the season, Mars, you tell me where these teams would logically finish in the West.
You know how you knew this episode was going to be nasty? Because Ron started out with a 2.5-minute preamble about what the show was not going to be about.
As soon as I saw him, I knew it was going to be whack. As soon as I saw him, I was like, here we go.
Get out of here, Ron.
Whack or nasty?
As soon as I saw him, I was like, here we go.
I'll phone swipe in. Pin, you might not want that.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, here we go with the.
Are those my only 2 options? Can we get Ox in the host seat? I know.
Ron, as you were saying,
I know one host replacement who will give the Raptors their true flowers, and that is my man Big Ox right here.
Thank you.
I knew y'all secretly was fond of each other. But Mars,
ain't no secret.
Mars,
I love Penn.
I need you to logically tell me
host right
where
here.
These teams would finish in the West. The first team, I'm gonna just roll through the standings. The Pistons, where would they finish in the West?
Top 4. Yeah, you heard me. Okay, that's a top
maybe
defense.
Maybe fourth in the West, maybe.
So they'd be better than the Lakers.
4th in the West.
Yep.
Are we doing this West is better than East gimmick again?
Yeah, we know the West is better than the East.
I'm just asking Mars where he thinks that the top team in the East will fare in the West. Mars, the Cleveland Cavaliers, which I could get with this one.
Am I taking the Pistons out and then adding the Cavs instead of the Pistons?
Yeah.
3rd.
Right, fair. The Toronto Raptors. Now watch how disgusting this gets.
6th or 7th.
Yes. Yeah, 7th, maybe 6th.
Now, Ox, before we go any further, Ox, this isn't about the West or the East being better than the West. No, this isn't about that at all. What this is about the Eastern Conference not being as bad as it used to be. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all this is. This ain't, yo, the East better than the West this year. No. Don't let Ron try to suck you into that, because that's not what's going on. No.
I don't know
The
what's
Atlanta
going
Hawks?
on here.
I'm just asking more some questions. We're just getting some
Playing team.
finding a baseline.
I don't got the Hawks.
Yeah, maybe 8.
Are they better than Phoenix?
They just beat them.
Okay. How about the Trailblazers? They better than them?
I'd assume so. Yeah, probably 8-ish.
Warriors, are they better than them?
In a series, I wouldn't say so. In the regular season, maybe.
In the regular season, we just talking about the standings. It's April the 13th, and the regular season just ended. That's where we are.
They're probably 8th. Yeah, probably
Okay,
8th.
so they're the eighth. They're the 8th best team. I got you.
All right, the New York Knicks.
4th or 5th.
4th or 5th. Okay. And then last but not least, the 76ers.
The first seed.
No doubt. Now hold on, no. Because we just did this, right? Now watch this. Hey, Morris. Let me ask you where these Western Conference teams would finish in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just skip 1 and 2? Can we just do that? We don't need to talk about the team in Oklahoma. We don't need to talk about the team in Denver. We could just all agree to proceed.
Okay.
We ain't got to talk about Houston
Fair
neither,
enough.
by the way.
Oh, really?
I don't think we got to talk about them neither. Mm-mm.
I don't either, but anybody?
Honestly,
Honestly,
Houston,
what?
Houston, Detroit, Cleveland, they're in the
Yeah,
same
I'd have them
tier
as
for
a
me.
top 3 seed. Yeah, I'd have them as a top 3 seed. I don't know.
So you would top 3, like anywhere in the top 3, or you would have them at 3 definitive?
Let me just
Anywhere in the top 3.
let me just save you 30 minutes of diatribe here. The bottom of the East is aggressively bad. Okay, so the teams
Aggressively bad.
they are bad. Okay,
I'm
the
sorry.
very bottom. I'm saying the worst 3 teams.
Bless you.
Okay, but I will remind you right now that the Boston Celtics are not a bad team. Objectively, they're not a bad team. They're not a good team. They're not a championship team. They're probably not going to be a playoff team. Yes, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, those dudes. I mean, there is a baseline of talent there. They're outside the play-in right now. So the real bad of this conference that you're talking about is Indiana, Washington, and Brooklyn. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no team in the Western Conference other than maybe the Pelicans that's that bad. So that's really it. The Western Conference teams get to beat up on one team.
Sacramento is awful, Penn.
Sacramento is pretty bad, but I think
Sacramento is awful.
Are they
They're
bad?
awful.
But
I'm
chill.
sorry, Ox, they're awful.
Chill.
Yeah, but
we're pretty weak.
The Wizards and Nets are like all-time bad, though.
Right, and that's the point.
Like
but when you start talking about those middle of the pack teams, when you start talking about the Phoenix, the Portland, the Utah, the Memphis, like if you talk about 8 to 11, I would argue 8 to 11, the Chicago Bulls, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Orlando Magic, the Boston Celtics are way better than those teams. So you're just talking about tiers right here. The very bottom of the East is worse. The middle of the East is better. The top of the West is much better. So that's really it. But being in the middle of the East is not like worse than being in the middle of the West.
Pin, I hear you, Pin. I want wait, hold on. I want to dig into that. Real quick, I want to dig into that a little bit more because I tend to agree with that, except for when you say just the top, I would only go with OKC and Denver.
Yeah, that's
because I think. Okay, so just those. I wasn't sure if you're talking about the top, the first 4. Okay,
because OKC and Denver are in a different class, in my opinion, than Detroit and Cleveland and Toronto. Like, to me, the top 2, 3.
Toronto. What about New York?
Well, I'm just looking at the standings.
Oh, just based on standings. Got you. Okay,
just based on standings. Right now, the top 3 seeds in the Eastern Conference are Detroit, Cleveland, and Toronto. Man, that feels good to say. I don't even think we played our best basketball yet. I'm gonna let y'all know that. But I think the top of the West is clearly on another plateau. I really do think Denver and OKC would mop the floor with the West in the East. But beyond that,
I'm not buying none of that. And the reason why I'm not buying none of that is because I vividly remember us sitting here and I was campaigning this that the Oklahoma City Thunder would smoke Indiana in the NBA Finals, and we saw a 7-game dogfight. We saw a literal 7-game bar fight, and if it wasn't for Tyrese Halliburton getting hurt, I don't think that we get a blowout in Game 7. So I'm not trying to hear none of that nonsense about when we get into a playoff series with these top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference going, they would get mopped by these Western Conference teams.
Styles make fights.
I'm not trying to hear that.
Styles make fights. Okay, Styles make fights, and you know that. Like Denver was one Aaron Gordon injury away from possibly beating OKC, and if Denver goes there, I could argue Indiana gets like mopped in 4 or 5. So it's
a healthy Denver team. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and that's the point, right? I'm just saying OKC, Denver, probably on another level. But beyond that, like if we're just sorting all 30 teams, I would argue the top 2 teams are clearly from the West. 3 to 10 is a mixed bag. It's mixed between East and West. You got the New York, you got the Cleveland, you got those teams, you got Detroit in there. And then the very, very bottom of the league is clearly East. So I really don't think the disparity between these 2 conferences is as large as some of you guys say it is, especially because teams like Memphis, Clippers, Mavericks, they were supposed to be so much better than this.
Right. And that's why I'm saying.
But Penn, they haven't played their best basketball yet.
But that's what I was saying. I wasn't saying. So when I was saying the East is wide open, I'm not saying I think the East is weak. You know, like I've been pushing back on that for a little while now. I just think we kind of we're so stuck in that time of the East as being garbage that we just keep on saying it, and they're not. Like the East is not bad. And if we talk about Brooklyn and Washington and Charlotte, then sure, but there's, you know what I'm saying, there's 12 other teams over there. And to Penn's point, I was saying that earlier before the season started. Now I thought Detroit was going to be in this group, but they've separated themselves. But I was with I had Toronto, Miami, and Detroit as the 3 teams that I thought were going to be really good at that fighting for that 5 and 6 area. But I mean, like I said, Detroit separated themselves, and right now Toronto as well. But I think there's a lot of good teams over East. Like you can't just be a Western Conference team like, we'll get our wins in the East now. That's not how that's going to go. You can't.
And Ox, I also think that we live in a space where we live in the past. Like it ain't 2012 anymore. It's not 2013 anymore. I mean, the East has gotten progressively better since 2020, right? We talking about a lot of teams that have gotten better. Because what we've seen in the Western Conference over the years with Oklahoma City winning 68 games last year, and basically with the exception of the Memphis series, being in dogfights. I mean, they handled Minnesota, but I mean, that NBA Finals, that was a big deal for the Eastern Conference. And it doesn't help to lose Jason Tatum. It doesn't help that Joel Embiid has been injured, right? It doesn't help to lose Tyrese Halliburton. It doesn't help. But if these guys are available and these guys are here, I think this Eastern Conference as a I'm not going to say as a whole, but from I think I had said 6 or 7 is a lot better than you guys give them credit for. It's not the thing that I can harp on with this. It's not 2012 anymore, where you got one guy that's making you got one guy from the Eastern Conference making the All NBA team. That's not going on anymore.
Right, chill. I think I didn't hear you. Are you saying that with Tyrese and JT in the lineups right now that we're looking at a completely different East?
We're looking at a completely different Eastern Conference.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I agree. Because those 2 star players on these 2 teams that are, you know, especially Indiana at the bottom right now, and in the Clippers being mid where they are. I'm sorry, the Celtics being mid where they are right now. You bring those 2, you bring those 2 guys back. I might go ahead and put my bid in the East better than the West.
First and foremost, Penn, the Indiana Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton are not 1-11. That is not going on right now. If they got Tyrese Halliburton in the lineup, they are not at the bottom of the East.
And if TJ was healthy, chill, they wouldn't be 1-11 either.
I mean, he's played.
No, I'm not saying they'd be like 11-1, but I'm saying they would have maybe 4 wins instead of 1. That's all I'm saying.
Or maybe 2.
But fellas, we're doing a hypothetical though. Can
you know what's not hypothetical? You know what's not hypothetical, Ron?
My bad.
Right, quick, Penn, because I know exactly what you're about to do right here, and we're about to get there in a second. All I'm saying is we're grounded in reality right now, and I'm looking at this Eastern Conference, and we can all say that it's probably either realistically the Cavs or the Knicks. Those are the 2 best teams.
I don't understand the Pistons disrespect, and I don't understand the Raptors disrespect. To be clear, I don't. No.
So
hold on. This is an anchoring bias.
Wait, because this isn't even a point that I'm making. I said probably the two best teams. Do you believe the Raptors are the best team in the East?
No, I don't.
Do you believe that the Pistons are the best team in the East?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, that's another conversation to talk about. So you actually sincerely believe the Pistons have the best team in the Eastern Conference?
I believe so far from what we've seen, ignore what you thought about these teams coming into the season. Forget about on paper. Forget about all of that. I think if you watch the Pistons play, which I'm sure you don't, but I'm saying if you did, you would like how they play basketball.
Stop the bullshit, Ron. You don't.
Right? You know you don't watch basketball, bro.
Ron, you don't. So
you ain't watching the Pistons.
Because you
Look,
don't.
man,
this is a team.
This is a team that has not had Jaden Ivey healthy. This is a team that has had Cade Cunningham go in and out of the lineup. This is a team that is playing the best defense since the 04 Pistons, quite frankly, 06 Pistons, 07 Pistons, like that group of Pistons. Since then, we have not seen defense like this in Detroit.
It's been a lot of weak-ass Pistons since then, though.
Yes, that's fair. They have a legit top 12, 15 player in Cade Cunningham. They have the best big man rotation in the Eastern Conference, not named Cleveland Cavaliers. I love what Jalen Duren's doing. I love what Isaiah Stewart's doing. I love their perimeter defense. They're a super young team. I think you need to give this team a little bit of credit. I'm not saying they're going to be 12 and 2.
I'm not saying they're a big rotation in Oklahoma City.
No, in the Eastern Conference.
Oh, in the Eastern
specifically
Conference.
In the Eastern Conference. Like and honestly, with OKC, no, I don't, because I think Chet's the best big on both teams. But I really think Jalen Duren has turned a corner, and I think their depth and their coaching and just how hard they play, man. Like, look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm supposed to be the Raptors glazer up here. I'm supposed to come up here and tell you that they're way
You're not supposed
great.
to be that. You are that. 100%.
No. I'm a Raptors analyst. Okay, and when the Raptors were really bad, I felt a personal obligation to come up here and tell you that they are not as bad as you think they are, and that they're going to be pretty good. But right now that they are good,
can we? With that being said, Penn, can we also say on the flip side to that, are the Raptors as good as we think they are?
I think they're better than their record suggests. I think they're better than the 9-5. I don't think they've played their best basketball yet. They've had Jakob Poeltl in and out of the lineup. He was totally useless in the first 5-6 games, and they lost a lot of games close that they should have won if Immanuel Quickley wasn't playing like garbage. But over the last 10 games, Immanuel Quickley has turned a major corner with this team. Y'all realize I came up here and just basically asked the entire league to just take him off my team. He looked awful. But
you were out on him.
I was out. I was out. I was totally out. His process sucked.
Are you back in?
I'm totally back in. He has looked really good over the last 10 games. It's a pretty decent sample size, 16 points per game. Honestly, he's shooting 43% from the three. He's taking wide open pull-up threes. He's taking contested threes in transition. The Raptors are the most efficient, well, not efficient, but most frequent transition team in terms of transition points per game. They're a top 10 offense, Joe. A top 10 offense. Who the hell saw this coming? They're a top 11 defense. They're 10th in the league in points per game, and they don't take a lot of threes. This is a team that operates in the paint, in the mid-range. They are number 1 in the league in scoring off of screens. They are not a good rebounding team yet. This is a team with a lot of holes. This is a team whose starting lineup, up until yesterday, was posting a net negative. This is not a team that is optimized yet. There are like, and this is not a one-way slight on any one player. This is not a slight on Scotty. This is not a slight on BI. This is not a slight on RJ Barrett or anybody. This is a team that is basically being carried by their bench, weirdly enough. And it's a lot of guys you don't think about, because if you think about bench players in the league, you're thinking Anthony Simons, you're thinking Peyton Pritchard, you're thinking a lot of those guys. How about Jamal Shed and Sandro Mamukelashvili and Grady Dick? These are the guys, Colin Murray Boyles. These are the guys who are coming in off the bench and changing the game every single game. That NBA Cup game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, the undermanned Cleveland Cavaliers, the Raptors whooped their butt. And in the second half, when that team started to pull away, it was Jamison Battle who came in and flipped the entire game around. And Chill, I'm sure you watched that game.
I did.
That dude cannot get minutes for us right now because we have guys in the upper rotation who are ahead of him for some reason.
Every time I watch them play, Every time, to your point, every time I watch them play and I see Battle get in the lineup, I'm thinking to myself, why is he not playing more? But then I understand exactly what you guys have in your lineup, right? When you got Grady Dick knocking down the long ball, when you got Kyler Murray Boyles doing what he's doing, and even Jacob Walter is giving you good minutes.
Jacoby.
But even with that, did I say his name wrong? I'm sorry.
You said Jacob.
No, you didn't. That is short for Jacoby.
You know what?
Jacob E.
Okay. Anyway,
whoa. Jacoby.
The point
his parents named him that for Jordan and Kobe, and you just made him Jacob. Okay.
I apologize, but anyway, the point that I was making, Penn, is with your group offensively. I mean, you got Brandon Ingram, who we talked about Brandon Ingram over the summer being a bucket getter. You already know how I feel. Yep, big time. You already know how I feel about RJ Barrett. I think that the Knicks made a mistake on him, and I thought that he would thrive playing in Toronto, and he's actually been really good for you guys. I know how you feel about him as a defender. I do know how you feel about him as a defender, but I've always felt that he was a really good transition guy, and I always thought he was a really get it and go guy. I always thought he was really good at that. Plus he can knock down, specifically on the right wing at the break. He likes that long ball. With that being said, you also had Emmanuel Quigley, who was also basically a speedster who can speed up your offense. I'm not really surprised that your offense is better in Toronto. Now, I didn't expect it to be this good. I'm not going to say that. And I know we're still early in the season, but I still think that you're missing a rim protector. I think you could do better. What Jacob Poeltl reminds me, Ron, of is he reminds me of, the chick that you dating. Ron, she all right. You could do better, though. You could do better.
I think Yak has.
She ain't
really
whack.
Good.
I ain't saying she's corny, Ron, but you could do better than her.
I think Jakob is fine. I think what we really desperately need is a backup center so that we can slide Mamu to the 4 and then just kind of jumbo size our lineup.
That's what
right now I think Yak is a starting 5-man. His touch around the rim is really good, Chill. Like I know what you're thinking, but like Scotty's doing a lot of that for us. Scotty Barnes has cleaned up everything. Just to let y'all know, I know we're gonna get into the fast breakdown. He blocked a game winner last night or tying. It was not a foul.
That was a foul.
That was not a foul. I looked at it 3 times. The foul.
The
ref
ain't call it
4 times. That was a foul.
The ref ain't call it. It don't matter. The ref ain't call it.
The block by Ingram. The block by Ingram. The hand was on the back, so that was a foul. The block by Scotty was clean.
Ain't no foul.
And Scotty took ownership after the game and said that was my man. I was supposed to box out. No, he took ownership. He said that was my man. I was supposed to box out. I had to go get us the win because I owed us that. No doubt. So shout outs to him. Scotty has been up. I know you guys y'all don't like the stat, but over the last 10 games, the Raptors have been 8-2. Scotty Barnes has been a plus 6.8 box plus minus. He has been cleaning up everything defensively. Chill. He is papering over everything.
Pin, if now forgive me if I'm misunderstanding the stat. I know I do that from time to time, but doesn't Scotty Barnes, just his play style kind of like make it to where he's gonna be a positive in the box plus minus? He's not a super high volume shooter, but he does all the other intangible things anyway. Like is his play style kind of meant for that stat?
I mean, good players tend to score well in most plus minus statistics. Like, so if you don't have an overt negative, like he's not turnover prone, that helps. Mm-hmm. He's not low efficiency this year, that helps. He doesn't take a lot of bad shots, that helps. I don't think being low volume helps you with the plus minus stuff. In fact, some of the highest volume players like Shea dominate this stat. Luka dominates this stat.
I mean, that's different. So, with a guy like Shea, I think he's a guy that can get away with shooting a lot because he's just dope. You know what I'm saying? And not to say Scotty's not, because I think he is as well. But I was just more so asking about that particular play style because there's good players that don't play like Scotty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking, is it like the big wings that don't shoot a whole bunch all the time, but pass the ball, rebound, play defense? Are those guys like maybe like an OG Anunoby or something? Those type of guys, are those the type of guys that you expect to have high?
OG Anunoby actually doesn't do well with the box plus minus stat ever. Like, I mean, rarely. When he was with the Raptors, It was rarely ever
that's
high.
A fraud stat. That's a fraud stat. Never mind.
No, it's because what OG doesn't do is he doesn't do a lot of creation. Like OG has limitations, right? So when you're creating good offense, like last night, there was a stretch in the second quarter where Scotty just decided, I'm going to bully Concaniple. He didn't get to the line a single time. He got fouled like 45 times that game. But He just decided to bully Con Knipple, and it was 6 straight points for him and a 10-0 run for the Raptors. That is going to influence because, it's the same thing with the defense. He's communicating. He's blocking shots. He's tipping passes. He's sitting in the gaps. He's deterring drivers. He just makes everyone around him. And on offense, he supercharges his entire lineup. His passes are the best passes on this team, period. He gets you clean shots at the rim, right? That's what makes Jokic such a box plus minus merchant, right? Because he creates the most efficient shots for his teammates. It's not just about assists. It's like, I can get an assist. Ox, if you and I are playing basketball together on a team 5-on-5, and I dribble, and I'm running out the clock, and I throw you a grenade at the corner and you hit the shot. I mean, yeah, like 1 out of 3 times you might hit that shot. But if I manipulate the defense and I draw 2 and somehow just feed it to you right underneath the basket and you get a wide open dunk, there's a difference in those 2 assists, right? Scotty gets those clean assists, where he can draw the defense, move the ball really quickly. And I think those players tend to do really, really well with most advanced stats. So Scotty's been our best player. Ingram's been our best scorer. Ingram is averaging a career high in terms of 2-point percentage. His 3-point percentage has been abysmal. Going into the last night, he was shooting 25% from 3. We got Ochai Agbaji, who shot 41% from 3 last year. He is shooting 8% from 3. Our shooters have not hit yet. We are not a high volume 3-point shooting team. Our rebounders are not rebounding. Our defenders are not defending, and yet we are an 11th defense. This team is such a conundrum because last night I ripped the shit out of this team because I don't think they played well. Against Brooklyn, I don't think they played well. Philly, a game that they lost, I think they played really well, but they just lost.
But here's the thing, though, Penn, and I want to reiterate this.
Sure.
I know it's early in the season, but you said we haven't done this yet, or we haven't done that yet. You ever think that it's and this is just a possibility, Ox? When something is working, like, we stick to it. You ever think that the reason why your 3 ball isn't what it is because, like, that's not who we are? You ever think that your offense, in terms of how you think y'all should play, that's not the way y'all playing? Because that's just not who we are. Jamal Shed is an energy guy. Jamal Shed he's not a diet. I'm not going to say a diet Davion Mitchell, but he's kind of in that mode of a guy who comes off the bench, defends.
He doesn't defend anywhere near as good as Davion, and he is a much better offensive player to me.
And that's why I said diet. That's exactly why I said diet. And with that being said, he can absolutely knock down an open shot. I think Davion Mitchell can also knock down an open shot, but I like Shed. I like Shed knocking down open shots, particularly in transition. I watched that Miami Heat game. I watched that Cleveland game where, yes, he definitely likes that. He definitely likes that right wing and that right break. So with that,
I'll actually tell you something, Jetcho, about Jamal Shed. Do you know that Jamal Shed is in the 100th percentile in terms of 2-point assists out of drives? So basically, when he drives, he finds a guy for 2 easy points every single time, and he
did that in college. Yeah, he did that in college. Yes, he was very much like that when he was at the University of Houston.
So he's an old school point guard. Like, he is the oldest school point guard. And I mean, he doesn't play a ton of minutes. Like, he plays like 20 minutes a night. But I will let you know that he averages per 100 possessions 13 assists to 3 turnovers. 13 to 3.
Sound like John Stockton to me.
Yo, Mars, can I get your honest, truthful, no trolling opinion about the Toronto Raptors?
You're muted.
On a scale from 1 to 10, Mars, on a scale from 1 to 10.
Talk about him?
Well, I was going to ask if no was an option to that question. Like, do I have to give my? Oh.
Yes, because this is what I'm saying. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being this team, we could see them in the NBA championship, or 1, they could end up. What's more likely? We could see this team make a deep playoff run, or they in the lottery.
Well, the lottery is more likely than them going to the finals. They're just losing the play-in lottery. No, I think ever since I said they sucked after like game 5, something like that.
They were 1-4 at that point.
Yeah, they haven't sucked as much. They haven't sucked at all. So that's cool. Jakob Poeltl looks like a functioning NBA player, which is nice. I like Colin Murray Boyles. I think he's nice. Brandon Ingram is a good basketball player. They've stopped, from my perspective, their gimmicky press the ball 48 minutes a game, forget rotations, and giving up open threes every possession. So that's nice. Scotty Barnes is a good player. The Raptors are good. Their offense is better than I thought it would be. I'll say that. Their offense is better than I thought it would be.
Chill. Through the first through the first 5-6 games, they were like the 27th ranked defense, 28th ranked defense in the league. Okay,
which was surprising to me because you did have defenders on that team.
But they were a good offense during that. Even during the losing, they were still like a top 10 offense. They were still top 5. Like they've been a top 5 half court offense for most of the season, which is ridiculous, quite frankly, and really does point to the efficiency of Darko's system. If I'm being honest, the last 2 years, the Raptors have gotten some of the cleanest looks in the league. There's a metric called shot quality, which basically measures how good your shot quality is relative to the players taking those shots. Like, is Darius Garland getting to his spots? Is Ingram getting to his spots? Are those spots where he's efficient? Are these like good shots in terms of shot clock, range and stuff like that? The Raptors have been one of the best shot quality teams in the league, but they've been one of the worst offenses for the last 2 years because they didn't have the talent. They had G League guys. They had G League guys, They had no spacing. So the shot quality is mitigated by the fact that you have no space, right? Right now you have Ingram consistently drawing 2 defenders on a post up, right? You have Grady and Jacoby and Ochai and Emmanuel Quickley and these shooters, right, that are sucking away space from the driving lanes. Sure. How much easier it is for Scotty Barnes to get downhill? How much easier is it for RJ Barrett to finish at the rim against 1 defender instead of 2 defenders? So this is the cascading effect of having good teammates.
Well, let me ask you this too, Penn, because when I watch your crew and you talk about the half court, one of the things that I noticed, and I'm a big component of this, screening is really good on your crew. Mama was a really good screener. Pirtle, I think, is a damn good screener also. I didn't give Scotty Barnes enough credit for the back screener that he is. I know that sounds crazy, but I think Scotty Barnes is a really good screener. I don't give him enough credit for the screener.
I don't think he is.
The reason why is because when you looking for quick hits, right, and especially in secondary offense, when you're looking for quick hits, Scotty Barnes has been good at hitting guys, screening guys from the back, and not just screening guys from the back, popping to the basketball, right? Like I think they call it the Corey Maggette cut. He does that, but he does it slower, right? And not only does he do it, I'm also watching Mamu. Mamu is a great screener. I think that's just a part of his game. Of who he is, and he opens up a lot of the floor for guys.
Every lineup with Mamu is great. Every lineup, every time that he steps on the court.
You guys talking about screens?
Yes, that stuff matters.
Don't nobody care about screens.
How you getting open, Ron?
Chill. This game is about buckets, and it's always been about buckets, and that's why we download Splash Sports. That's why we play the NBA Survivor contest with Player's Choice, because the challenge is who can survive as long as you can by picking a player each night to score 20 or more points. Will we be picking Scotty Barnes for this? No. Will we be picking Brandon Ingram for this? No. Will we be picking Quigley for this? No. Because this game is about buckets, y'all. And if you know who's going to be getting buckets for you, if you're savvy enough and have the basketball IQ enough to survive like Big Ox for 17 days, to survive like my man Bird North for 19 days, then you yourself need to scan this QR code on the screen or click the link in the bio and join our Splash Sports NBA Survivor contest. It will be starting this Friday. You guys have about 3 days in a couple hours to get in this contest and earn your shot at winning $2,500. Now, my man Bird North came through and cleaned up on y'all last time. He actually happens to be from Toronto. Ironic. I didn't see him ever pick Scotty Barnes. I didn't see him pick RJ Barrett. I didn't see him pick Brandon Ingram, but he did pick his way to $2,500. And you guys can do the same thing in our NBA Survivor contest. Once again, it's this Friday. You can scan this QR code, or you could click the link in the bio and join the contest. And you know what? While you're there, you might as well play quick picks too. We're going to go ahead and get into it right now. Big Ox, what are your quick picks for the day?
So today, we went with 3-pointers made, and with Victor Wembanyama being out, I think they're going to have to rely on some big shooting. So I took Champagnie for the more.
Champagnie?
Yeah, Champagnie for more than 2.5 3-pointers made. Then going to points and assists. At this point,
Champagnie?
yeah, I mean rebounds and assists. Sorry, assistant rebounds right here. Yeah, Champagnie. Well, yeah, Champagnie. So at assistant rebounds, I took Draymond Green for more than 11.5 assistant rebounds. Y'all know Draymond is good for that. Then at points, took Steph Curry with less than 27.5 against Orlando, and took Jaylen Brown for more than 26.5 against the Brooklyn Nets. $5 turns into $60. Yeah, how do you feel about it?
That's good money, Ox. You're putting together some good stuff so you can finally pay off the debt that you owe me. So that's money. Once again, y'all, go join the NBA Survivor contest. Play quick picks while you're there. And I guess take the more on Champagnie. Before we get anywhere, Penn, your Raptors are balling right now.
Yes,
and
they
you
are.
said that you guys aren't playing your best basketball.
We are not.
So, best case scenario in a perfect world, what do you guys look like moving throughout the season?
Well, I thought
everything goes right.
Everything goes right,
or as good as it potentially can go for how good you believe your team is.
So there's one guarantee. You know, there's death. There's several guarantees in life. There's death, taxes, and all those things. There's a guarantee
Jokic triple doubles, SGA 30.
Absolutely, those are all guarantees.
1 before blocks.
Sure, and I will guarantee you the Raptors will make a trade this year. Guaranteed.
A blockbuster trade or just a trade?
Well, they'll try to make a blockbuster trade. They're always looking for blockbusters. They're always shopping around the big stars. But right now, the East is open-ish. Open-ish, okay? You were not expecting to be a top 5 half-court offense. You were not expecting to have this type of production from Mamukelashvili. Otherwise, he would have been going for a lot more than a minimum contract. Chill, a minimum contract. This is where we are in the NBA.
Crispy. They got him for a bucket of extra crispy in a 6-pack. That's what
he's one of the best bench players in the league, and they got him for nothing. You didn't expect this from Jamal Shed. You didn't. That's why he went in the 45th pick in a weak draft. So you getting a lot of surprise production from players. You've kind of shored up your rotation. There's a couple players on this team, and there's a couple holes on this team. You have outlined correctly that they have a hole for a rim protector. Now, I don't think they're moving off of Yak because they just extended him through like 2028. So I think that they're looking at a backup big, and I think they might be looking for a change in the starting lineup because their starting lineup, again, I tell you, this team is predictable. The starting lineup gets in a hole. Jamal Shed, Mamukelashvili, and the transitional lineups with Scotty and BI, they come in, they clean things up, they get you the lead. The second half starts, starting lineup screws up again. Bench comes in, cleans it up again. Starting lineup nearly ekes away the game, and they win by 2. This happens every game. It's ridiculous. So obviously, something's working and something's not. And I think the Raptors are smart enough to figure it out. They make a trade every single deadline. They've made a trade for like the last 6. Okay, so I think that this team is going to make a trade. And when they make the trade, provided they make the trade for the players that I think they're going to make the trade for, I think that this team will probably be like a second round exit in the Eastern Conference. I think they will win 47 to 50 games. They're on pace for like 58 right now. So I'm actually downselling it right now because I'm assuming that when you make this trade, you're going to have like a little bit of transition. But they have one of the easiest strength of schedules left, Joe. One of the easiest.
I literally was just about to say that. You look at their schedule, Ron. So they've already won 8 of their last 9 games. And their next 5 games, I don't know what the matchup with Cleveland. I just don't like it. They just rough Cleveland up. Not only do they rough Cleveland up, their guard play has just been better when they play against Cleveland. So if I'm looking at their schedule, the only team that I'm thinking right now could possibly beat them within these next 5 games is Philly tomorrow night. They could run off another 5 straight. So we're looking at the Raptors winning 14 of them. I know it sounds goofy, Ron, but they got Brooklyn and they got Washington and they got Charlotte again. So this might be fool's gold. But
the East isn't just a pummeling session. But teams like the Raptors just can't pummel on team.
Okay.
What? This is the point I'm trying to make. And then you guys talk about the easy strength of schedule.
Okay.
That's why their strength of schedule is what it is. We're 14 games into the season, and you guys are selling me that the Toronto Raptors have the easiest strength of schedule for the rest of the year.
Whoa. Do you know why they have the easiest strength of schedule remaining? Because they started the season as one of the strongest strength of schedule teams. They had the most brutal schedule to start. Ron, this team has barely played at home. They have played almost all of their games on the road. They have played a ton of tough matchups, and they lost a lot of them. Okay? They played Milwaukee. They played 2 Cleveland games, and they whooped them both times. They played Atlanta twice. They beat them both times. Your Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, I'm still putting you in that box. Your Atlanta Hawks. Your Cleveland Cavaliers.
I'm in that box.
So what I'm saying is, I really don't like. Look, I look at the
loss. What West Coast teams did you just name?
Ron, what does it matter if I tell you West Coast teams? I said
what
Cleveland.
West Coast teams?
We just said Cleveland will be
what
top 3
West
in the
Coast
West.
teams? Y'all still got to go out west and get your clocks clean.
Even if they got to go out west, Ron. Yeah, that's not saying much. Ron, what I'm asking you is, if the Houston Rockets, who are at number 3 right now, right? If Houston is at number 3, and Houston had a schedule where, I don't know, for the next 5 games, they had to see Dallas, Sacramento, New Orleans, and Utah. How you feel about them?
Dallas,
we
Sacramento,
spanking them. Us in Dallas, we spanking them. Other than that,
y'all not spanking them, Ox.
Ron,
matter of fact, y'all ain't spanking nobody. Matter of fact, not only are y'all not spanking Houston, y'all ain't been spanking nobody. If we being honest,
Houston.
So
y'all ain't
Toronto. I ain't talking about Toronto. I'm just talking about period. Y'all ain't been spanking nobody.
There's like 4 teams
Wait till
in the
Keegan
Western
get
Conference
back. You gonna see
that
something.
actually scare me at all. 4. That's it. It's 4.
Hey,
okay?
Keegan's on the way. Y'all.
Not scared of the Lakers. Not scared of the Clippers. Not scared. I don't know why you keep bringing up the West. It's 4 teams, bro. It's San Antonio. They're not healthy right now. So, shout outs to Wemby. Houston, Denver, and OKC. And we gave Denver everything they could handle last year. We nearly pulled them. We actually did pull them to overtime. And that's when we were trying to tank. Okay. So I actually think that we can run Denver out the same way that Chicago did yesterday. We are more equipped to do what Chicago did to them than Chicago is, in my opinion.
No, you're not. No. You don't have the league guard that they have. You don't have that kind of guard.
But you ain't see Scotty Barnes? But come on, chill. It's not about like what Scotty did to Cleveland is exactly what Giddey did to Denver last night. He pushed the pace down. You think Giddey did a better job last night against Denver than Scotty did against Cleveland?
Yes.
Right
100% I do. He did first and foremost. The rebounding was huge with Josh Giddey. That's number 1. Number 2,
Scotty had 10 against Cleveland, and he boxed out. Chill. Scotty outplayed both Evan Mobley and Jared Allen combined
last night at the lead guard spot. He had 14 rebounds last night with them trees down there with Aaron Gordon and the best defensive rebounder in the game in Joker. He had 14 rebounds last night. This is your lead guard. Not only did he do that, pushing the pace. Are you telling me that Scotty Barnes is good? And don't get me wrong. I think it was a combination of Scotty Barnes and that guard play when they played against Cleveland, as opposed to last night with Josh Giddey. What Josh Giddey did for that group, pushing the pace, and the Somu diving to the rim, playing off the ball, that was so much better than what Scotty Barnes did. It wasn't even close.
The Bulls won because of that bench, though.
Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, Nikola Jokic. Which of those 2 scare you more in the paint? Like, can we be for real now?
One more time, Penn.
Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon. Which of those combinations scare you more in terms of getting to the rim? Which of those combinations are more likely to recover in transition? I watched last night's game between Denver and.
You talking about defense?
Yes.
I mean, Jokic ranked higher in rim deterrence than both of them. I know that because I checked it last season.
You want to talk about that?
We're talking about defense.
Oh, we can't talk about
rim deterrence. That's defense. Rim deterrence.
I will concede. I don't think Jokic is as bad as you guys talk about him on defense, but I watched last night's game. He was
bad on defense yesterday. Yeah,
he was not good at all. He was sluggish. He was slow. He didn't rotate well, and it allowed the Bulls to do it. The Bulls had no business beating the Denver Nuggets.
So at worst, he's not average, right?
Cook me on that one. Yeah. Last night was not average. Last night was bad.
Damn, Swiper, you care to explain?
Fair enough. Yeah.
The Bulls still won because of that bench, though, not because of.
Ayo Dosunmu was amazing. Ayo Dosunmu was amazing.
But Josh Giddey was the one getting their bench involved in the game.
Then how is the bench and single game plus minus is flawed? I'm not saying this is the reason. So then how is everyone on that bench who played meaningful minutes plus 15, 18, 20, 25 and Josh Giddey's negative 17? If he played so much of this bench that was plus 25, how the hell did he
Mars, you don't
17?
understand. He's coaching them on the bench. He's letting them know
plus
how to
minus entirely depends on your line. So if Ayo Dosunmu's a plus 25 and Josh Giddey was playing with Ayo Dosunmu, so Ayo Dosunmu could be this effective, how did Josh Giddey end up a minus 17 but Ayo's a plus 25? They can't have been sharing the court if one's a plus 25 and one's a negative 17. That's just not possible.
So how many minutes did Josh Giddey play yesterday, since we on that subject? Because right, so he didn't play 30 minutes with the starters. He played plenty of minutes with those rotations.
Well, his plus minus lines up very heavily with the starters.
Which we literally just got into this conversation yesterday about box plus minus and
but
how meaningless this stat is.
I never said box plus minus. That's a different stat. I said plus minus. That's just the score when you're in the game versus the score when you're out of the game. Plus minus. How much are you winning by when you're in the game? Plus minus. Josh Giddey lost by 17 points yesterday when he was on the court. The Bulls bench, Ayo Dosunmu, they won by 25. Javon Carter, they won by 20. Dalen Terry, they won by 18. Jalen Smith, they won by 15. Everyone in the Bulls starting lineup was negative by double digits. Everyone on the Bulls bench outside of Patrick Williams and Julian Phillips, who played 10 minutes, was positive by double digits. The reason the Bulls won was because of their bench. Josh Giddey can't have had this profound impact on the bench if his plus minus is so far away from what the guys on the bench have, which means he wasn't playing with them.
Hang on. Chill, that doesn't mean
chill.
I'm not saying he was bad. I'm saying he didn't play with the bench. He didn't play with the bench. You can't give him credit for what the bench was doing when he wasn't out there with them. That's what I'm saying.
Just to put this in perspective, because we started this conversation on the Raptors versus the Bulls, I want to let you know, Josh Giddey last night had a positive 5.5 boxes minus. So he was not the reason the starters sucked, but he is definitely not the reason they won that game. I want to let you know, Kevin Huerter, who was amazing, by the way. If you watch the game, Kevin Huerter.
Two wide open. He missed two wide open jump shots. I saw that.
70,
created by Josh Giddey, by the way. Created by Josh Giddey getting to the rim. Yes, he did.
Okay,
created by Josh Giddey, but keep going.
We'll ignore the Josh Giddey fandom here. Just to let you know, Kevin Huerter had a 6.4 boxes minus. Ayo Dosunmu, who I thought had the best game of his season, was a 10.6 boxes minus, and Jalen Smith, who I really like, is 14.6 boxes minus. They won that game because of their bench. I want to clarify. You said the game that you watched between Cleveland and Toronto, that Josh Giddey last night did more. Scotty Barnes was 12 boxes minus that game, and he was absolutely a force. He was 13. He was damn near 13 boxes minus that game, and he played the highest leverage load offensively and defensively. He turned that game around. He boxed out. He did everything defensively. Josh Giddey ain't doing shit for you defensively. So
this shit is crazy that I'm listening to you dudes tell me about box plus minus. This is crazy what you Mars in particular. What you dudes tell me about box plus minus and what you.
I never said box plus minus.
I didn't say.
I said. So what do you mean me in particular? I never even said it.
Once again,
chill. If you on the court and we losing by 17 and I'm your backup and we come in and I win my minutes by 25, you did not create the win. I created the win.
Okay, so with you coming in the game, you helped. But what
I'm watching? I didn't help. I saved.
What I'm watching last night. What I'm watching when I watched the Bulls
messed us up, bro. You got us in a 17-point deficit.
So if we take Josh Giddey. So if we take Josh Giddey out of that lineup last night, and we take his production off the floor last night, because from what I'm understanding, you dudes telling me the 14 rebounds that he pulled down, the 21 points that he got, not in addition to the 21 points that he got, the assists that he was dragging out. Take that off the floor and just let their bench handle it. They still beat the Denver Nuggets last night because I'm watching Josh Giddey get defensive rebounds in traffic and push the pace. I'm watching Josh Giddey assist to Kevin Huerter getting downhill and collapsing the defense, and Kevin Huerter missing wide open jump shots, but also knocking them down. I'm also watching Josh Giddey also get Bacelis involved in the game. But you guys are telling me
nobody said he had
plus minus, game, not blocks plus minus, but plus minus. The reason why this crew was what they were because of this bench. That's crazy to me. When I'm sitting there watching Josh Giddey do what he was doing.
They scored 66 bench points.
Chill, what are we doing here? They outplayed. Chill, hold on. The bench
when the starters were in, the Nuggets were winning by a significant amount. When the bench was in, the Bulls were winning by a significant amount. That's all I said.
Hold on. Nobody's saying Giddey didn't play well. Chill. Hold on. I think the reason we are arguing
I never said Giddey played bad.
Exactly. I think you think we're saying Giddey didn't play well. I think Giddey did play well.
Sound like he had Austin with a minus 17.
Hold on. First of all,
that's what it sounds like.
Can we chill? Can we agree that they're
off the floor? He killed.
Oh my god, chill. The starters play the starters. The bench typically plays the bench. The lineups do match. So it doesn't mean as much when Ayo Dosunmu has a 10.6 box plus minus because he did play a lot of minutes against the bench units, but he also played against starters. He was also on the court to end the game. So I think that Ayo Dosunmu, in my humble opinion, his 25 minutes were more impactful than Giddey's 30. But that doesn't mean that Giddey didn't play well, because I think Giddey was one of their 4 best players yesterday. I think he was one of their 3 best players, if I'm being honest. But to act like it was some singular heroic performance by Josh Giddey, well, no, because look, you expect the Bulls starting lineup to lose to the Denver Nuggets starting lineup. What you don't expect is for the Bulls second unit to destroy Denver's second unit. And that's what happened. And at the end of the game, if my starting lineup loses by 20, but my bench wins by 30, I win by 10. It's that simple. But the truth is, Ayo Dosunmu did a better job in his 25 minutes of winning minutes, both in terms of plus minus, both in terms of efficiency. Ayo Dosunmu was 94% effective field goal percent. He didn't miss a shot last night. I think he was like 8 for 9. He made every single shot. And he was amazing defensively too. And the plus minus data and the box plus minus data and all the analytics will factor in that Ayo Dosunmu is a significantly better defender than Josh Giddey. And that matters too.
Josh Giddey left the game at 18-22. Denver was up 18-22. Ayo Dosunmu is his direct replacement. By the time Josh Giddey comes back in the game, they didn't overlap any minutes at this point. Josh Giddey left, Ayo Dosunmu came in. By the time Josh Giddey came back, Chicago was up 50-35. Josh Giddey had nothing to do with that. That's how plus minus works. Ayo Dosunmu and his bench unit decided to mop the Nuggets with Jokic in the game for like the last 4 minutes of the first quarter, and then the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, and they blew the game wide open. And then the starters came in and then blew the lead all over again. That's what happened. I'm not saying Josh Giddey played badly. That wasn't my argument. My argument was you can't say Josh Giddey was the reason they won, and then Josh Giddey made life so much easier for Ayo Dosunmu and these guys when he wasn't even on the court with Ayo Dosunmu for most of Ayo Dosunmu's minutes. That's just not what happened. The game unfolded in a way that the non-Jokic minutes for the first time or second time this season were really bad. That's what happened. The Nuggets bench didn't perform. Tim Hardaway didn't perform. Valanciunas, those guys didn't have a good game last night, and the Bulls bench took advantage of it. Josh Giddey, I think, played well. He got some huge offensive rebounds in the fourth. He was really, really good. But he's not the reason they won the game, and I'm definitely not giving him credit for what Ayo Dosunmu did. No, I'm not.
So ultimately, Mars, it's the non-Jokic minutes. You see, everything comes back full circle. But Penn, you gave us a fabulous breakdown of the game. But the thing about it is, you could come on a panel and listen to us talk about it. But the best thing to do is use your own eye test by actually getting in the arena and checking out the game yourself. And there's no better place to do that, to observe everybody's box plus minus. That's what it is, Mars, right? Box plus minus. There's no better way to check out people's box plus minus than to do it actually at the arena. And the easiest way you can do it is, well, with the Game Time app. And the cool thing about the Game Time app is they make it easier than ever to get into the game. You see, the Game Time app, they have zone deals for you, so you can see which sections you can save the most at. They also have a panoramic view of the seats that you'll purchase before you even buy it. They have last-minute deals all the way up until the tip-off of the games. And the best thing about this whole thing is that when you get to the checkout, you will know your fee up front. They won't try to hit you with an uppercut at the end. Like that's some oxy dude. He'll tell you that the price of something's $10. And then when it's time to check out, he'll add on taxes at the end and you'll end up having to pay like $15. No, you don't do that with the Game Time app. When you get to the checkout, you get what you see. That includes the seat. That includes the cost. That includes the discount. And ultimately, that includes your vivid view of everybody's box plus minus while you're at the game. So what you guys need to do is download the app, use code PLAYERS, and you'll get 20% off of your first purchase. And ultimately, you will enjoy your experience like I've done every time I've used the Game Time app. Like Swiper does every time he uses the Game Time app. Like the people that actually go to the games and watch the ball up here. Like that happens for them. So I encourage you guys, once again, download the Game Time app, get in the game, and we'll see you courtside. Also, we're going to be on playback tonight. Every single Tuesday, we will do the late night West Coast game. Now, all my East Coasters, I know 11 p.m. is very late, but if you could stick around, if you could stay up, if you want to join some late night hoops and a good time and a good crew, this is where you want to be at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Western time. And I know I'll be there. I know Chill will be there. I know Ox will be there. I know Penn will be there. I know Jordan will be there. I don't think this guy will be there, but we'll be there. You should be there. It's going to be a good game, and it's going to be a good time. Fellas,
when did 11 p.m. get late, man? I need to check, man.
When we got old, that's when it got late. It wasn't late at 25. That's when it got old. I mean, that's when it got late. It wasn't late at 25 years old. No, it wasn't.
All right, fellas, we are in the crunch time chat segment. We got some super chats. You guys want to talk to us, so we're going to talk back to y'all. Let's do it. Hello 55 sent through the first super chat and said the ref agenda. The ref agenda against 34 is nasty. Now look, refs literally told Doc Rivers, we don't call fouls for Giannis because he plays through it? Like what? 34 is 100% requesting after the losing streak Milwaukee about to go on without him. Requesting a trade.
Y'all dudes been talking about Giannis getting out of Milwaukee for 5 years now. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but Chill, after all the work he's done to keep this team's head above water, for him to have to go out for whatever a couple weeks it might be, he's really just gonna realize, like, damn, like, this is what it is over here. Like,
he already know what it is. It's not like it's news. He know what he working with, and they know what he working with. So it's not like
it's different from knowing it and seeing it, though, Chill.
They did win without him once, I think, this season.
Against the Hornets?
They respect the Hornets. Hornets are good.
No, I will not respect the Hornets.
They lost that game to the Hornets without Giannis.
Oh, right. They won when he came back.
They beat him the next night when he came back.
Right. You're right about that.
They beat the Warriors. Ryan Rollins masterclass.
It was the Warriors. Okay.
Yep.
They got a tough schedule.
They beat some old geriatrics?
Oh, damn.
They beat, in some people's estimation, the top 5 player in the NBA.
Who's Steph? Top 5 now? After last week?
Yeah. Steph's like one of those guys where it takes a couple good games and he's top 5 again.
Is that something going on like on the internet, or is that was talked about yesterday?
Yeah, internet.
I ain't mad at that. Keep it going, Steph. Hey, Nike Steph moving different. That's all I know.
They can lose
maybe Under Armour has been the reason why he ain't got more championships or MVPs. Who knows? But keep going. Anna Monica Studio sent through a super chat and said, when the Celtics whoop the Grizzlies and beat the Clippers, I hear nothing. But when the Raptors win by 2 against the Hornets, and when Harden almost makes a game-tying shot versus the C's, y'all glaze. Watch them.
Well,
how long? I will say the Celtics are better than their record suggests.
Way better.
Just watching them, they're a better team.
What are they, 500? I think they are right now.
Yeah, they're better than a 500 team. So maybe that luck will even itself out.
Their strength of schedule is easy moving forward.
You're saying that because you just saying.
Oh
that?
No.
Hey, Pin,
because I know you don't know about no strength of schedule.
It's favorable. It's favorable.
Okay.
But Mark, speaking of strength and schedule, Pin, do either one of y'all know what team has the hardest strength of schedule so far? Like up to this point, who's had the hardest strength of schedule?
Bear with me. Per dunks and threes. It's been you guys.
Oh. Imagine that. who would have thought?
Damn.
Did you know that, or was that you just?
You think I just asked that for no reason, Morris?
Yeah, I think the best of you. I don't think you would ask for something to push. I would never think that.
Mars, stop giving Ox credit. Stop giving Ox credit. Ox is definitely not. No, stop giving Ox.
But you know how that evens out. You know how that evens out. Sacramento got the third easiest strength of schedule remaining. So y'all can go on a run.
I mean, that's how it happens. You know, you got to play everybody. You know.
I mean,
all right, Henderson.
They got. I'm sorry.
Mars.
And we've been doing it without Keegan
the Raptors
too.
Ranked in that situation since they are 9-5.
Schedule. Well, I think you the easy part of your schedule in the last few games has probably helped you a little bit. I could look like prior to that when you started the season. Your
right now. No, we want to know right now. We don't want to know prior.
Per dunks and threes. I think right now you guys are like 20th in strength of schedule.
Okay. Dope.
You also had really Boise State, Ox. That's who Toronto is. Boise State.
I don't know. I like Toronto.
I don't remember what it was. I think you've had some of the best injury luck in the NBA as well. I think
that does matter.
Per dunks and threes.
No, we've
per my eye test too.
But per eye test, I would also say Colin Murray-Boyles is a valuable part of the bench. He's missed time. Sandro is very valuable. He's missed time. Scotty played through tendonitis through the first 6-7 games, and he looked, like putrid defensively. And Ingram is working his way back from an injury. Like, he looked bouncy last night, Joe. He put your boy Ryan Cockbrenner on a poster not once, twice.
I did not appreciate that neither, Penn, to be honest with you.
I don't think
then he got like then he like saved
and he had 3 blocks.
Yeah,
and he had 3 blocks. I think most of us, even Ingram fans, could agree that Ingram has left a lot on the table defensively over the last few years. So we can all agree, right? He's mediocre defensively. He dials in and out. His motor has revved so high on the rebounding and the defense. He's sitting in the gaps, Joe. He's rotating. He's getting weak side blocks. I'm just like, yo, man, he's reaching super high. He's using that 7'3" wingspan to create disruptions on the defensive end. He's chasing loose balls. I'm like, damn. I wonder how much of this shit is just psychological with him because he's been injured so much in his life. He's just like, dude, if I start burning myself out defensively and start dunking on dudes offensively, I'm going to break down. But I think the Raptors are doing a little bit of what they did with Kawhi with him, where they're just trying to like build his body back up and just keep him healthy. And he's leading us in minutes. But there's not a single player on our team that's averaging more than 34 minutes a game. So that's why I say we're not playing our best basketball. It's not we're not running our starting lineup into the ground. We're not playing all of our best players all the time. But, it's interesting.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Hunter. What's your side note?
Well, because Mars talked about the Celtics not being what their record says. I mean, they got a favorable schedule coming up. And they got Brooklyn twice. They should beat them. Then they got Orlando, who they were in a dogfight with them. Then they got Detroit, Minnesota, Cleveland, and the Knicks. It's going to get tricky.
Yeah, it sounds like they have 2 free wins and then some tough games. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's going to get
Watch them
tricky.
lose one of those games to Brooklyn. Now that I said that, they're going to split with Brooklyn.
Hunter sent through a super chat and said the Bulls bench outscored Denver's bench 66-9.
Yeah, they got busy.
I would assume.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I said,
again,
first half it was bad in particular.
Whose bench? I'm trying to remember. I got a pretty good memory, but I do remember it wasn't not a couple of days ago. Somebody's bench scored 70 points.
Yeah,
I literally just saw this a couple of days ago. I don't know why I draw a blank on it. We literally was just talking about this. Somebody's bench just scored 70 points.
Was it Miami? No, it wasn't Miami.
Was it the Knicks?
It was because Landry Shamet went off.
Yep, Landry. Yep. Yeah, it was the Knicks. Right. It was.
We just talked about
the Knicks, and that's right because Jalen Brunson had gone out of the lineup.
Landry Shamet went for 29. Jordan Clarkson, I think, at 23,
24.
Did Landry Shamet have 36, not 29?
Was it 36? Damn.
I think so.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Josh Hart put like 12 or 13 in there too. Yeah, I remember that. We talked about it.
66-9 is bogus. That is
that's some non-Jokic minutes for you.
Yeah, they were bad yesterday. Yesterday, like I said, the Bulls starters went out 18-22 down. Then the Bulls bench came in 50-35. They were up. Then the Bulls starters closed the half. They were down again 64-63. And then Ayo came back in and it was Nuggets 81, Bulls 78. And then you'll never guess who retook the lead. Yeah. So
hold on,
the Denver Nuggets did. And
just right quick, I'm looking at this, Chill. Jokic was a +10. Cam Johnson was a +13. Maybe we need to start talking about the non-Aaron Gordon minutes. He was a +18.
He didn't play
Maybe
well.
that's what it is.
He did not play well.
Well, on off didn't say that doesn't indicate that.
So
yeah, but
Aaron Gordon didn't play well, but he was a +18 when he was on the floor.
Yeah, because
they're starting to get tricky now, huh? Josh Giddey played well, but he was a minus 17.
I didn't say anything.
Once again, to use the example of me and you playing on the basketball court together. If you and I play on the basketball court together, and I am terrible, and I play no defense, and I miss every single shot, but you go 10 for 10 from 3, and I'm plus 30, and somehow you block every single dude that gets past me. Did I play well because I'm plus 30, or did you play well?
That's how come I've been saying for years that this plus minus shit just doesn't really mean nothing.
The plus minus stuff doesn't mean much. I agree with you. The box plus minus means a lot.
Okay, fine. I'm talking about.
You got to put the box first.
The plus minus right now. Now I'm not too high on the box plus minus either, but the plus minus stuff is.
Single game plus minus is very flawed. The only reason I used it was to illustrate that the Bulls were winning because of their bench. That's
right. Not to say guys
played badly or whatever.
Right. Yeah. And so in that case, Morris, that's W basketball. Now in this case, that's L basketball. You know what I mean? Because now don't put Penn on the big screen because I wasn't talking about Penn. I'm just saying in general.
All right, so we got one more super chat, and then we go get to the next segment. The next super chat is from iTown Forever. iTown Forever, and you spoke about this a little bit, Penn, but iTown Forever said the Raptors are the only team in the East that have the pieces to make a championship trade right now. Are they the only team? Let's start with that. Are they the only team?
No, they're not the only team at all. I don't know where that comes from. But shout outs to you, iTown, assuming you're from Canada because you sent Canadian dollars. No, I don't think they're the only team. I think there's plenty of teams that can make a championship level trade. Really? Unfortunately, a lot of those teams wouldn't become championship level teams. Right. So, you can go trade for a really good player. You can go parse out all your pieces for Anthony Davis. I think that's kind of what he's aiming at. Anthony Davis is kind of like the one guy who's sort of maybe available right now that could move the needle. But trading for first-round picks and young players and stuff like that, that's not exclusive to the Raptors. I think a lot of teams could do that. But the Raptors do have all their picks going forward. They have one first-round pick next year. They have all their first-round picks going forward. So they could make a deal like the Desmond Bane trade where they could trade 4 firsts and a pick swap and go out and try to get Anthony Davis. How
would y'all feel about if you had Anthony Davis? How would you feel about your squad with Anthony Davis starting at
Anthony Davis and Brandon Ingram? I would build a hospital right outside the arena. Yeah, but I would feel very good if they were healthy. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. All right, fellas. Well, we are going to move into our fast breakdown. Ladies and gentlemen, this is when we talk about every game that happened last night. We're going to quickly run through the box score. We're going to quickly run through the plus minuses. And don't forget the box plus minus as well. We're going to talk about all these good things that happened in all the games. And ultimately, we'll talk about the team standings, who won, who lost, all that good stuff, who bought out. So the first game I got for you is the Milwaukee Bucks going to Cleveland and getting L. Giannis only played 13 minutes. He got hurt, calf injury. We can speak into that as well. But as of right now, the Bucks are 8-7. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 10-5 after beating the Bucks by a score of 118-106. In this game, I just mentioned Giannis only played 13 minutes. And Ryan Rollins had a pretty good game, 24 points, 5 assists. The Bucks, that's really about it. They had a few people that scored in double digits. Everybody in their starting lineup scored in double digits. Bobby Portis and Gary Trent off the bench scored in double digits as well. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, no Darius Garland, but they got the job done. In large part behind Donovan Mitchell, who is continuing his scoring run that he's on right now. 37 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Evan Mobley, only 14 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. But nonetheless, the Cleveland Cavaliers took care of business. Anything on this game, fellas?
Yeah, what's going on with Evan Mobley? Why does he have 6 turnovers?
Because
he doesn't have Darius Garland to spoon feed him.
Not only does he not have Darius Garland to spoon feed him, they also put him in space with the basketball where he just doesn't look comfortable. That handle looks gangly. I have to, Ron, I think I have to start accepting the fact that maybe Evan Mobley isn't the 4-man that I want him to be. Maybe he's just more of a finesse big. Because I want him to be more of a forceful big. And that's just not he is. And that's not who he is. Ox, I think he's more of a face-up big. I think he's a guy who, if you get him on a box, 6-7 feet away from the rim, he's facing up and going by guys. He's not a back down big. That handle is wide. It's gangly. It just doesn't seem sharp. I think he's more of a catch and shoot big on the wing. If he's putting the ball on the floor, he's putting the ball on the floor. It should be one dribble, pull up. If he's got a smaller guy on him, he's not a bruising big more than he is just a finesse big. And I think I have to start accepting that more, that's who he is. But on the defensive end, that's probably why he is what he is in terms of switching, in terms of getting on the glass, because he can play that way. But he also can play finesse too. So I think I have to start accepting him for being exactly that. And I will tell you this, guys, again, like I said all season, Donovan Mitchell is the best 2 guard in the game, and I'm not coming off that hill. He is the best 2 guard in the game. The way he shoots the basketball, the way he gets these guys involved. That Milwaukee Bucks team, don't let that box score fool you, Ron. Them dudes play defense. They do a great job getting around screens. Them dudes do a great job at blowing up plays. But I think that the way that Donovan Mitchell shot the ball yesterday and the way that Porter shot the ball yesterday, I thought that really helped that offense because they were struggling. I think I was in the third quarter. We had a back and forth game. It was like 78-75, 75-70. We had a back and forth game, and that was largely because Cole Anthony was fighting over screens. Not just Cole Anthony. Trent was actually doing a really good job in blowing up plays. I just think that at the end, Milwaukee without Giannis, because they rely on him so much in terms of their offense, in terms of him getting buckets and him opening up the floor for them so much, they just ran out of gas and they didn't have enough. But I mean, this Cleveland team, they the real deal. They are.
Chill, they were
fellas as of
with Giannis, just to let you know. Like this was heading in the wrong direction for Cleveland when Giannis was still playing.
Speaking of Giannis, he suffered a groin strain yesterday.
Yeah.
On his left leg, a left groin strain. He will undergo an MRI today, and that will kind of determine the extent of his injury. So we don't really know just yet how severe it is, if it is severe, but we'll know by today, and we'll speak into that and, keep you guys updated on that. But moving on to the next game, we have the Indiana Pacers, who are 1-13 now.
Garbage.
Who got beat up on by the Pistons, who are 12-2 now. So this is literally the top of the East feeding on the bottom of the East. I want to talk about the Pacers a little bit. And we've spoken on the Pistons, but I would like to talk about them a little bit as well. Before we get into that, the score of the game was 127-112. In case you don't know, now you do know, Jalen Duren is on pace to get that MIP and potentially be an all-star. Jalen Duren last night had 31 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 12 of 13 from the field. Mm-hmm. And he's just been a force this season. And the biggest thing is they got this win, and Jalen Duren balled out. No Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham sat out. I want to shout out to Dennis Jenkins. He has been balling this season. And in the games that Cade hasn't played, he stepped in and played phenomenally. Mars, was a plus 23 last night, led the team, had 26 points, 8 assists in 33 minutes. He got busy. Also, shout out to Javonte Green off the bench. He had 20 points for the Pistons. As for the Pacers, Pascal Siakam, he did what he does best. Got buckets, 29 points, 7 rebounds. Shout out Isaiah Jackson, too, at center, 16 points, 10 rebounds. And Benedict Mathurin, 25 points. But it wasn't nowhere close to enough for the Pacers. Also, Benedict Mathurin, you got put on a poster by Jalen Duren last night. That was nasty.
Ron,
how are we feeling about the Pacers and the Pistons?
Just happy birthday to Jalen Duren.
What is he, 22 today, Moss?
Yep.
22 today. Ron, can we talk about how good Tyrese Halliburton is? Can we do that now, please?
Because if you look at how good Dennis Jenkins is?
the reason why I want to talk about how good Tyrese Halliburton is because this is the same Indiana team last year, January 1, up until the NBA championship. They were the best team in the league. They're at the bottom of the league in almost everything, particularly offensively. They're at the bottom of. You can fight that all you want, Penn. They're at the bottom of the league in transition.
You don't need
same team is
disingenuous
shaky.
as hell. First of all, they're missing Aaron Nesmith right now. They have been missing a lot of players. Chill.
They've been
you realize their starting center is in Milwaukee right now, right? You do see that. Like, look, I am all for Tyrese Halliburton getting a lot of respect. I feel like he took a lot of disrespect on this channel, and I'm happy for him to get his flowers. But we are not going to try to present that Tyrese Halliburton is the difference between the finals and the basement of the Eastern Conference. No, he is not.
They're also
no, he is not
tanking at this point.
They are actively trying to lose games.
So they're actively tanking. Their team has been decimated with injuries beyond Tyrese Halliburton. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton is immensely impactful. Yes, but to portray it as Tyrese Halliburton is the difference between Game 7 of the NBA Finals and the worst team in the NBA,
which is I'm not trying to do that. Okay, let's get to the bottom of that right now. I'm not trying to do that. It might sound like I'm trying to do that, so let's get to the bottom of that right now. Tyrese Halliburton, when he's with this group, their offense is immensely better. When he's with this group, they play with a faster pace. They get better shots. They get more quality looks. They are more efficient when Tyrese Halliburton is on the floor. That's not my opinion. That is a fact. I understand the fact.
No, they're playing faster this season than they did last year,
and they actually, I think they lead the league in turnovers this season, if I'm not mistaken. If they don't lead the league in turnovers, I think they second.
I'd assume it's Utah because
something like that.
You know.
With that being said, right? With that being said, with Tyrese Halliburton out of the lineup, they're at the bottom of the league offensively and a lot of that stuff. And I understand that they've been injured, Mars. I can appreciate that because we need Nesmith, who has also been, for all intents and purposes, he can be a bit of a detriment on defense because he fouls a lot. But when he is playing, he does give them quality minutes. But I'm not going to sit here and act like that offensive engine, I'm going to say it one more time, that offensive engine that they have in Tyrese Halliburton isn't huge for what they were doing last season. And the fact that they're at the bottom of the Eastern Conference has a lot to do with the fact that Tyrese Halliburton is not on the floor.
Sure.
Last year, a lot to do with them tanking Tyrese Halliburton and being hurt. They're also 7th in the league in turnovers, so it's actually not that bad. But Obi Toppin has barely played. Benedict Mathurin has barely played. TJ McConnell has barely played. Andrew Nembhard has barely played. They lost their starting center as well. And they lost Tyrese Halliburton. And they're also tanking. Yes, all of that in culmination leads to a team that stinks. But it's a lot more than just Tyrese Halliburton. But I do agree, yes, Tyrese Halliburton is immensely impactful. I think the only person who's fought against that is Jordan. And I think he's backstage now. So that's actually incredible timing. But I think we all agree.
Drenchy in the house.
How impactful.
What up, Drenchy?
Yeah, I heard you say Donovan Mitchell was the best 2 guard, and I had to hurry up and rush on. So my bad. I'm late.
Yes, sir.
You sure it's what up, Drenchy now?
Yeah,
what up, Drench? My boy, this is my man Drench. What up, Drench?
Hey, I had to hurry up and rush home, man. I'm like, what the hell did you just say?
One more time. Donovan Mitchell's the best 2 guard in the game today, November 25. Donovan Mitchell is the best 2 guard in the game. I stand on that.
Shit.
Yes, sir. Best 2 guard in the game. Mm-hmm.
Oh, then y'all want to bring up this bullshit ass super chat when I'll come on. He did do some crazy shit last night.
He did some nice last night.
He went through double tween.
Please do
that shit in play.
Double tween, Morris. Not just double tween into the pull up. Stop.
He did some
over the right shoulder. Come back.
No, it wasn't bullshit, Drench. Don't do that.
Please don't do that shit in the playoffs. Please
respect the bag work, man. Respect the bag work.
Do that. Cool with me. Please do that shit in the playoffs. If he gonna do it in the playoffs, let him. Hey, man, it's cool, man.
But fellas,
the ball handling is a real thing. It 100% is. Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
No, I just want to say 10-game win streak. Detroit Pistons.
Last time that was going on was in 2008, and they were in the East Finals. That for the 5th straight year, by the way, they were in the East Finals. That's what the way that they play, the way that the Pistons play basketball is conducive to winning, especially to your point, Mars, about Indiana having guys in and out of the lineup. If you think about Detroit, who has had, with the exception of Indiana, who has had more guys in and out of the lineup than Detroit? If you think about what they've got, so no Duran,
Maybe.
no Ivy. Karis LeVert just came back.
Tobias Harris,
Stewart.
The goddamn Clippers. Shit. Y'all just don't count Kawhi no more.
But Kawhi, yeah,
but maybe, more guys. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. That's number one. We're talking about more guys. And in the words of Chris Rock, Drenchy, if you get hit by a car and you're 75 years old, you died of old age. You old. That's why.
Yeah, you got hit by a car. I don't know what
you know why you got hit. You know why you got hit by a car? Because you old. You couldn't get out the way. You could have got out the way if you was 35. I bet you that.
Motherfuckers that get hit by a car.
Couldn't get out the way because you old. So the point is that the Clippers are old. That's the point. With that being said, this Detroit Pistons team, with having as many guys as that they have out of the lineup and still be able to supplement and get wins, that's a big deal for this group. And I gotta give Coach Bickerstaff a lot of credit for what he's been doing with this group, keeping these guys engaged, using his lineups correctly, keeping Jenkins on the floor and getting Jenkins involved in the offense. The unfortunate thing is that when Ivy comes back, when Toby comes back, when Karis LeVert gets back acclimated to what's going on, because he just got back in the lineup, that's going to affect Jenkins' minutes, because I think he's really helped them.
I mean, he's on a two-way. I think he's on a two-way anyway.
Chill, I think they're ripping that up, though.
To answer your question from the perspective of dollars lost to injury, so it matters, right? It matters that your minimum guys out versus your max players out. Dollars lost to injury this season: number 1, Dallas; number 2, Indiana; number 3, Lakers; number 4, Miami; number 5, Philly; number 6, New Orleans; number 7, Cleveland; number 8, Charlotte; number 9, Boston; number 10, OKC; number 11, San Antonio; and number 12, Detroit.
I didn't.
Yeah, but why does that matter though? Why is dollars? Why does that matter?
Yeah, because that would suggest that like the Suns were decimated by injuries because Bradley Beal missed a lot of time last year, and it's like Bradley Beal is just.
But that's different because Bradley Beal is aggressively bad. Kyrie Irving is not aggressively bad.
Aggressively bad, like a virus.
Well, no, you can't manipulate that stat, and then when somebody give you pushback, you manipulate it again. Like,
but that's not manipulating.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's not perfection, Jordan.
We understand guys are.
It is manipulated because who going dollars like dollars.
Okay, so what's a better stat, Jordan? If you say players games lost to injury.
Yeah, without putting the money in there, because just because I don't make $50 million, like if I get injured, like for example, your point you made earlier about Mamu being under for the minimum, if he's hurt, that's detrimental to the Raptors. Like
I agree, but Mamu is an outlier.
Paid $50 million they hurt rather than
this is Jordan. This is what I don't get. When someone is trying to make a point, it doesn't make a point. You don't make a better point by pointing to the outlier. So if I say dollars lost to injury, yes, the average max player is an impactful player. Bradley Beal was not. The average minimum player sucks. Mamu
but
does
at the
not.
same time, Kyrie Irving was lost last year. Like for you to add that to the Mavericks this year, or like it doesn't really matter.
But he's missing games this year.
But we knew he was going to be hurt before the season started. Why does that matter?
Because the question was, who's been more decimated by injuries?
No, who's been in and out of the lineup the most? That was the question. Not who
was that the question? Who's been more in and out
of the lineup? That's what I asked who had been in and out of the lineup more than Detroit. That's what I had.
Yeah, the dollars doesn't matter at all.
So the dollars don't matter to you, Cho? This was not.
Number one, I didn't even know that was a stat.
Kyrie was never in. I
didn't even know that was a stat. That's news to me. Like the dollars, like we counting dollars.
No, I remember he brought up last year.
And I do understand, Penn, to your point,
when they just got Brandon Ingram, and I was like, oh, okay, so I see what's going on.
And Penn, I do understand to your point. You know, you got your money guys being in and out of the lineup. That's going to be detrimental because again, those probably are your better players. All right, I can definitely get with that. However, Jordan.
But it doesn't matter with Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't know that was a stat. Like if you hurt and my seventh man is hurt, like Isaiah Stewart in Detroit, I ain't thinking about what Isaiah Stewart is on the books for. I'm not. I'm thinking about the fact that he's one of the best dirty work guys. And the fact
that a stat for anything, Chill. I'm not gonna lie. If you think, could there be a stat for this? That's probably a stat for it.
Chill, fellas. We in the fast breakdown and we talking about stats for money.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't
we about to. Let's get to the next game.
Welcome to
How
the
do y'all find all this shit? That's
real. I did not.
Speaking of teams that are decimated from injury, the next game is the Los Angeles Clippers. Ironically, and the Philadelphia 76ers, ironically. But speaking of injury, there has been some things that have happened with both teams. One negative, one positive. So to talk about the game first, the Los Angeles Clippers lost to the Philadelphia 76ers by a score of 108-110. The Clippers are now 4-10, and the Sixers are now 8-5. However, the Clippers just had some bad injury luck to go along with their bad injury luck. Derrick Jones Jr., I think it was a sprained knee.
Mm-hmm.
He's out like 6 weeks, right? So he will be out for the foreseeable future. And then you have Paul George that came back and made his season debut for the Sixers. Before we get into that, in this game, James Harden had 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, but he shot 7 for 25. And that was really about it for the Clippers. Zubac, 14 points, 13 rebounds. On the other end, Paul George in his season debut had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 2 of 9 from the field, played 21 minutes. First game back, shaking off the rust. Shout out to the best rebounder ever, Andre Drummond, 18 rebounds, 14 points.
Made a 3.
Tyrese Maxey made a 3. He went
Andre Drummond shoots 3s now. Yeah, Andre Drummond shoots 3s.
Yeah, I know. Me and Chill was on the playback and he shot one of the motherfuckers. So
yeah, Andre Drummond just shoots 3s now. So
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to the
cleans glass too, by the way. He 100.
Oh yeah, for
sure. Glass,
for sure.
He's still cleaning glass.
That motherfucker can shoot a 3 before you make a free throw. You know how he is though. It is.
Hey man, Andre Drummond turned himself into a good free throw shooter now. Like man, good then, but like better.
Yeah, a better free throw shooter, sure.
Yeah, back in the day, he was like 30%.
Statistically. Yeah, I think statistically he was the worst, with the exception of Ben.
Worst in NBA history.
No, I think he was worse than Ben Waller. Like you're looking like his first 5 years in the league. I think he was the worst free throw shooter like
in ever. NBA history. He was.
Yeah, like him and like Chris Dudley maybe.
Which is kind of crazy too, because he was also Ron. I think the word you were looking for is coincidentally
38% from the line. By the way,
remember this, Ben. Remember this, Ben, because what you do is just said that how bad he was as a free throw shooter. Do you know that if Andre Drummond would have stayed in Detroit at the rate that he was going, he was on pace to be a part of the 20,000 point, 20,000 rebound club? Just want to put that on you.
No. That makes sense. He was averaging like 17 and 17.
Yeah, no,
he was on pace to do that.
Andre Drummond was like that for real. I ain't taking nothing from him. I just had no idea what he was going to talk about. I just had no idea he was going to transition to a knockdown corner specialist. But
that is going on. That 100% going on. But the question that I have for you guys is because I'm watching that Clipper game last night. Boy, that piano looking really heavy on James Harden back nowadays, doesn't it? It look like it's getting bigger and bigger. I mean, he was carrying it.
James Harden's piano or Giannis's piano? Who's gonna crumble first?
James Harden.
Well, James Harden because of the age and the fact that he's not as good as Giannis. Okay. So his piano may like be slightly lighter, but he's not as strong.
That makes sense.
So
that makes sense. He ain't put together.
He gonna crumble under that piano, like him.
But y'all was talking about missed fouls earlier. Did y'all see that missed foul for James Harden?
Yeah, he definitely was in his landing space, Ox. Yes, he was. He was in his landing space.
Hit that elbow too.
He was definitely.
I thought it was a foul, but I didn't.
I mean, I'm not really, the game's over, so I don't really do that. Like the refs missed a lot more than that throughout the basketball game.
Yeah,
I was just bringing it up just to talk.
I know we're in a breakdown, Ron. Really quickly, I'm really digging how Tyrese Maxey is a lot. I mean, as fast as he plays, he's much more in control, coming off screens, getting downhill. Like before when he would play DHO with Joel Embiid, there was a lot of indecisiveness. He looks like he's a lot calmer. He looks like the game is slowing down for him. He looks like he handles contact a lot better when he gets to the rim. I even like that. I even like when he's shooting that step back. It just looks a lot more fluid. And I like what I'm seeing from Tyrese Halliburton. He looks fantastic, no doubt about it.
Maxey. I like everything about Tyrese Maxey, apart from the fact,
I'm sorry.
He's isolating way too much, and I think that's probably just a coaching thing. Like that's the like one weakness in his game is his isolation stuff. He's still not going to be great at creating easy looks for himself in isolation. And then to close games, Philly just ends up going to Tyrese Maxey isolations. I watched it against Boston where he was trying to isolate Jordan Walsh. didn't work. He was just getting shut down. This season he's 0.7 points per possession in isolation, 19th percentile. Like, just we need to give up on the Tyrese Maxey isolations. He's great in pick and roll. He's great in transition. He's great in like every other way you can use him other than isolation, and yet they use him in isolation a lot. That's the only beef I have with how they're using him. Everything else
because
is
aesthetically,
great.
Mars, it looks with watching him aesthetically, it looks like he should be a really good isolation player. It should be one dribble go. It should be between the legs or cross go because of how fast and how athletic he is. But unfortunately, he doesn't look like he's reading the defense, especially guys in front of him who give, like last night, I watched Chris Dunn give him some room, and instead of him getting Chris Dunn to close on him a little bit by shooting that jump shot, he's attacking Chris Dunn and basically attacking Chris Dunn right in his chest, and it's not helping his isolation game. I'm trying to make sense of why he isn't a better isolation player than he should be.
I personally like Maxey as an isolation player.
But I like him coming off those screens, Ron. I don't like him one-on-one. Like when I clean the whole left side of the floor out, I don't like him there. But I do like him in DHO. I do like that.
Yeah, you give him an advantage, he'll be great. But if you're asking him to create an advantage from a standstill, I just don't think that's his game, and it doesn't need to be his game. Like my beef with Maxey, like back maybe 2 seasons ago now, was this isolation stuff. But like just watching him more, it's like, yeah, he's not good at that, but he doesn't need to be. Like you're not gonna have, to Ox's point, you can't just build perfect basketball players. Maxey has one flaw, and it's that he's not going to create many advantages from a standstill against good defenders. But if he's so good in dribble handoff, so good in pick and roll, so good at getting downhill in transitions, shoots the ball so well,
just keep doing that.
The one flaw in his game, like, yeah, like cool, I guess he's not perfect. He can't be Shea in isolation on top of that. Cool, but he's so good at everything else. Just keep the isolation stuff to a minimum.
Just keep doing
the issue is they're ramping it up, especially to close games, and you're seeing the struggles. I think it's just he doesn't have. Like, he's really fast north-south, but like east-west, he doesn't have a whole bunch of wiggle, and he's going to end up going to a step back. Like, that's just what he's going to do. And like, he's not the greatest mid-range scorer, so he's like, it's either downhill or to three. But in isolation, he's going to shoot a lot of step-back jumpers. And he's just not that great in the mid-range shooting step-back jumpers, but that's really the only thing he can get to reliably. So it's just like, just stop doing it as much. That would be it.
Quick, too, we didn't talk about it. Tyrese Maxey had 39 points last night, 6 assists, 13 for 27 from the field. In 40 minutes, he got busy last night, and it's just adding on to what he's been doing all season. Tyrese Maxey has been nothing short of spectacular.
Ron, the thing I'm concerned with, and I'm probably in the minority, I don't know if you guys noticed, but James Harden cracked the 28,000 point mark yesterday. And I think he's going to pass Carmelo Anthony and Shaq this season for top 10 all time in points. I think he's going to crack the 30,000 point mark within the next 2 years. With that being said, like, how are we going to talk about James Harden? Because just so you guys know, Ron, it's only 7 guys. I think I want to say 7 or 8 guys that have scored 30,000 points. And I think James Harden is going to be one of those guys. But I don't think that we're going to talk about James Harden like we should as a bucket getter. I don't. I think he's just going to be.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I think that's what you're going to talk about him.
How do you want to talk about him?
See, I don't think so, Jordan. I think people are going to focus more on the fact that he didn't win. That's what I think people are going to focus on.
I mean, Allen Iverson didn't win, but at the same time, we talk about Allen Iverson as a bucket getter. I mean, that's just going to come with the territory. I mean, it's just part of it. But you're going to talk about James Harden getting bucket. This man averaged 37 points a game one season. Like, what are we doing?
History will be kinder to James Harden than the present was. That's kind of how it goes when you're a player who didn't win. Like, history is gonna kind of not forget the bad playoff moments, but they're gonna hype up him bringing that Demon Warriors team to 7 games. They're gonna bring up the average in 36 points per game. Like, that's gonna be what he's remembered for more than the 11. I think it's just like I think it's just how it goes with most guys who didn't win things. Like Charles Barkley is remembered fondly. 32 as a basketball player is remembered quite fairly. Now the off the court stuff, whatever.
Don't forget Melo,
Dominique Wilkins is remembered fondly. Melo definitely gets more respect now than he did while he was still trying to get back in the NBA. Russell Westbrook, I think, will also be remembered more fondly than he is currently. Kind of history is kinder to people than what they got when they were playing.
I think they neglect Harden's passing though. Like you're gonna see Harden.
That's the other thing too, Jordan.
They're gonna neglect how good of a passer he was. Like he's a top 10 passer of all time for sure. So I think they're going to
top 10 all time
for sure. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So
I would have him in the conversation for sure.
But
there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys in that list that scored a whole bunch of points that just didn't win, and a lot of them. It just depends on when you catch up with those guys. So for instance, like a guy like Russell Westbrook, I don't think he'll be remembered as fondly as a guy like James Harden or Carmelo, just because a lot of the people nowadays, like the youngsters, they really kind of catching the back end of Russ. And I don't think everybody that's going to be talking about it in the next 10, 15 years are going to remember pre-2020 Russ. You know what I mean? And
maybe they'll remember. The Basketball Reference will remember before them. That's what's going to happen. Because they're going to see 4 triple-doubles in 5 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They don't need to
see Jason Kidd. A lot of younger our generation kind of caught the back end of Jason Kidd career really, and we give Jason Kidd the love for sure. Like nobody. Jason Kidd wasn't that when he was playing with the Knicks or the Mavericks, you know what I mean? But we still show Jason Kidd the love. So I just think that just happens, over time.
Jason Kidd played with the Knicks. He had an 8-game streak where he didn't score a bucket. But with that being said, so Drenchy, yeah, that happened, Drenchy. So with that being said, so Drenchy, James Harden, Joker, yes or no? As a distributor.
Oh, a passer? Oh.
As a distributor.
James Harden.
James Harden, John Stockton.
James Harden, come on.
James Harden.
I need James Harden for that one too. James Harden's better passer than both.
James Harden, Magic
Johnson.
James Harden, Chris Paul. James Harden, Jason Kidd.
J Kidd.
James Harden, Rondo. I think I'm at like 5 or 6 right now.
James Harden, LeBron.
You forgot to ask Steve Nash.
I was about to say James was next. Actually, James Harden, James.
LeBron James.
Yes, sir.
LeBron James.
James Harden, Steve Nash.
James Harden.
Steve Nash.
I'm not thinking about guys like Andre Miller, right? I'm not thinking about guys like Andre Miller, right? I ain't thinking about Tim Hardaway.
You ain't thinking about
Mark Jackson, right?
They're gonna be James Harden.
Wow, man.
Larry Bird,
Jerry West,
James
Larry
Harden.
Bird, Scottie Pippen. I mean, these are guys I'm thinking about.
What about Luka?
James Harden. Why y'all be doing this for James Harden? That'd be so like. All right, Pam, I want to ask you a question because you scoffed at it. Why is Jokic a better passer than James Harden?
Oh wow.
Shit. I don't know if we got time for this.
No,
we got
time.
Control the show, Ron.
Yes, we do got time for this.
Oh, it's controlled. Hey, put this motherfucker in park. Go ahead.
This is no longer the fast breakdown. Hey, change the banner around.
Why is Luka a better passer? I mean, not Luka. Shit, Luka too, but I don't know.
Joker. Let's stay with Joker.
A better passer than James Harden?
No, Jay. Let's stay with Joker. Let's stay with Joker.
Why is Joker a better passer than James
I
Harden?
can't believe you said James Harden a better passer than Steve Nash. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know why you can't believe it. You know I
No,
said
but I thought you just didn't respect Nash in like the other areas. I didn't know you were just respecting the
I
passing
just think
too.
James Harden's a better passer. I think.
Okay.
I think
Ron
the scoring
pulled the call
ability
over
affects how he passes.
for a specific reason, right? So Ron pulled the call over for a specific reason. Penn, why is Joker a better distributor than James Harden? Go.
One, I think his scoring gravity is better.
You are out of your mind, Penn.
Wait.
You are out of your mind.
Start?
That's where I'm starting.
You are out of your mind. What scoring gravity?
Yeah.
You watching Joker in his peak with what we know is the greatest peak of all time since Michael Jordan, apparently.
Oh, and he's getting
and they let him score 1-on-1. You watch James Harden, they'd have to stop him from scoring 80 because he would have got 80. That 81 that Rashad McCants was talking about, James would have got that if they didn't come up with this magical way to guard him. What are we talking about gravity?
We talking about gravity because the one time that the Clippers decided to guard Jokic 1-on-1, he put up 55 in the most efficient 55-point game in NBA history.
James Harden put up a 60-point triple-double. What are we doing?
Okay.
I think Jokic did that last year as well, to be fair.
I think Harden.
I'm pretty sure.
I think
Harden got the most 30-point games in a 50-point span. I mean, a 50-game span.
Jokic gets off of it quicker. That to me is like number one. That is super important.
That does not mean you're a better passer.
Making decisions faster certainly makes passing harder, wouldn't you say? If I get to just dribble, pound,
it makes it easy.
Wait, he might be a better.
Make it harder for James Harden to pass it in.
But wait, hold on, Pin, because I'm not necessarily going against you. What I'm saying is getting off the ball faster is actually a sign of being right. But still, it gets lost in translation. Sometimes we got a lot of points trying to be made. I think when you can get off that ball quick and understand that I'm getting the offense moving faster, that's sometimes a sign of a high basketball IQ. Jason Kidd used to do that all the time, and he lived on that. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that ain't what we're talking about. We just talking about that don't move the needle because you get off it faster. That don't mean you're a better passer. I'm just talking about
also Jordan.
But a better facilitator though. Maybe not a better passer, but a better facilitator.
Maybe. He started with gravity. I wanted to start on the gravity part. He started with
hold on, Jordan. Before we get back into gravity, I do want to say, because we comparing these two guys, and I don't even want it to go here. We all know Jokic plays a better brand of basketball than James Harden.
He does.
We all know that.
He does.
We all know he plays it, and that's him getting off the ball quicker. That's a better brand of basketball. He on the offensive end, he plays a better brand of basketball. But that doesn't mean he's a better passer or a better scorer. That does not.
No, he's clearly not a better scorer. He's clearly not a better scorer. That's number one. He's not a better scorer.
So Jordan, when I think about
clearly not a better scorer, just because it's not as diverse doesn't mean he's not a better scorer.
Penn, please don't do this, Penn. Please, Penn.
Well, with Shaq, y'all say that he's better.
Of all the things
Shaq's a better scorer than James Harden too, by the way. Just so we're clear on that.
We're talking about Jokic.
Yeah, but we're talking about Jokic and James Harden. James Harden is clearly a better scorer than Jokic.
Okay,
Jordan,
does efficiency not matter to you, Jordan?
And then
just not give a shit about efficiency. You want to talk playmaking, you want to talk scoring. Okay, it matters to me that Jokic is less turnover prone than James Harden. Isn't that part of passing? The fact that sometimes you pass the ball and it shows up in the third row and knocks over someone's beer. Does that matter to you? Yeah, it does. Jokic takes better care of the basketball than he does.
Them beers are not cheap, Ox.
There you go. He takes better care of the basketball. I would argue.
I mean,
I would argue. Hold on.
He does take care of the ball better because of most of the time.
Look, James is an all-time.
He's not the point guard for sure. Like point guards is always going to turn the ball over more than even a passing center. Like this is going to happen. And he's an aggressive scorer too.
They got the ball more. Sure.
Yeah, he's an aggressive scorer. So like that's a part of it. But
he also dribbles way more. So
Yeah, he also dribbles way more. Like it's a part of it. But when we talk about pick and roll, it's not even a fucking question. Who's a better passer out of the pick and roll? It's not even a question. If we're talking about manipulating the defense, it's not a question. Who does that better? Not a question.
So Jordan,
what are we doing?
You're asking me to debate an all-time passer versus an all-time passer.
Did you say rinky-dink ass passer?
Yes, that's exactly what he just said.
That's what I heard.
That's the motherfucker that been open for 20 minutes. Like what the fuck?
And James, and can I use that same Jordan? Can I use that same logic for James Harden? Because I've been open for 20 minutes, and you just threw the ball between your legs 6-7 times, and you blowing the defense to sleep. I'm wide open over here asking for the basketball. Meanwhile, you still throwing the ball between your legs 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. I think it's
meanwhile he called for the pick and roll. He comes off the pick and roll.
650 dribbles. 650, Jordan.
Okay, that's fine. You moving the conversation to something different.
You are a great
moving it to something different.
I'm thinking about your ability different.
We just talking about passing. You talking about the way he dribbling. That don't have nothing to do with the way he passes it.
Okay, so let's discuss the
passing. Way he
I'm talking about your ability. I'm talking about your ability to read defenses. I'm talking about your ability to react to defenses. I'm talking about your ability to understand mismatches, who to get the ball to, know your personnel, how to be able to get the ball through a tight window. In addition to getting the ball through a tight window, when do you do it? Do you do it when the game is on the line? Do you do it only in the second quarter? How good are you when this stuff is going on? That's what I'm thinking about when I think about a good passer.
Okay,
when
Jordan,
I think about,
that's not how you would manage
Jordan,
a good passer.
You kind of caught me off guard with this thing because I was like, I wasn't thinking about it, but now that I'm awake and I'm actually thinking about it, let me actually answer your question. Let me answer your question. Yeah, I just woke up.
Welcome to the show.
Bro, I was doing a post game live until 2 a.m. You know, And you told me at like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. that the Raptors are going to be subject to this show, and then I got really excited, and then couldn't.
Oh, but that didn't wake you up.
All right, well let's go. Let's keep going to the James Harden thing because I already know this finna be shifted to something else.
Okay, so no, let me be clear. Number one,
we ain't trying to head, Joe. We're gonna stay
let me restructure my argument so that the chat can stop crashing out about the scoring gravity. Let me restructure. So start over, wipe the Etch-a-Sketch clean. Number one, he takes better care of the basketball. Much better care of the basketball.
Because he's a center. One's a point guard.
Okay. This is me make points. You can debate after what I'm saying is wrong. But
no. We're gonna debate while you're doing it because when you talk about taking better care of the basketball, when James Harden when James Harden throw these passes,
Jordan, you asked the question. I'm answering your question. Can you let me answer your fucking question, bro? Do you normally
see it on a pass or do you see him doing some dumb shit off a dribble?
Bro, if you want to dribble 85 times a possession, that's not really my problem. You know what? Jokic got carte blanche to do that too. He's the author of the offense. You want to talk about system? Yo, hold up. I'm the system, James Harden. Well, Jokic's the system too. Just because he plays center, you don't get to dock him for not being as dribble happy as James Harden. Nobody asked him to do 4 step backs.
Number one, because he can't.
Sure, he can. He can dribble 35 times a possession. He doesn't want to because that's not how he wants to play. I'm not penalizing someone. I'm not penalizing someone. Hold up. I'm not penalizing somebody for playing a better brand of basketball. I'm sorry. Number one. So number one, he takes better care of the basketball. He actually, in my opinion, throws more accurate passes. Straight up, just more accurate passes.
Answer the question. No, when James turn it over, a lot of times, is it him throwing a bad pass to the defense, or is it him a lot of times doing some bullshit with the ball going between his legs a million times, and then he just lose the ball? Which one is it?
It's both. He has a lot of turnovers of both varieties.
A lot of James Harden turnovers be him dribbling. It doesn't be him throwing a pass to the 6th row like you claim he do all these times. That's not what it is a lot of times.
A lot of the time it's not. But yes, some of his passes are off target. Some of his passes are completely off target. Some of his passes are turnovers, and some of them are live ball turnovers. Look, man, every ball handler is going to do that. I'm not throwing all the turnovers as the passing turnovers, but he has a lot of passing turnovers. Okay, so let me clarify that. Number two, I believe that Jokic creates more efficient looks for his teammates. What do I mean by that? I mean open threes and dunks. Jokic has, for the last few years, created some of the best at the rim finishes for his teammates. His teammates are more efficient playing with him. Now,
what about James Harden in 2016?
You want to bring up a single year? I'm talking about their careers. You didn't say 16, 17, you didn't say 13. I'm saying career. And by the way, your guy should have an advantage on the career argument because his career damn near over. So I'm telling you on the career so far.
The last couple of years. I'm talking. So me.
No, I'm talking about their whole career. I'm talking the totality. Whoa. We are talking totality of career so far. You asked me who is a better passer all time. This all-time argument don't come down to 1 year. Otherwise, Derrick Rose a top 10 player of all time based on 1 year. Nuh-uh. We're doing the whole career. So career to date.
Career. James Harden has done. I think this is the problem I have with people that talk about Jokic. Y'all talk about Jokic like everything every other motherfucker done is erased, and this shit Jokic doing is just invented. Like James Harden, the shit he was doing when he was winning MVP. Do you realize the conversation that was back then? You must have forgot. You must have forgot since Jokic just came now over the last couple of years.
Apparently, you asked
me. It was some crazy conversation.
You asked me a question.
You in here conversation like James Harden's the best scorer ever.
Talked to since you asked me that question, so I don't really understand it.
We're gonna talk about Jokic today, like that didn't happen 10 years ago with James Harden.
Okay, to reiterate, because before I get cut off again, I'm gonna say this. Okay, I'm not trying to be passive aggressive. I'm just trying to say like it's difficult to get off points when you go off on a 4-paragraph tangent every single time I get one sentence out. So let me say it. I think he is a more accurate passer. I think he takes better care of the basketball. I think he makes more efficient reads with those passes in terms of generating easier looks for his teammates, which is how I judge a passer. And number 4, and perhaps most importantly, he is a far more willing passer, which is to say, I think he is looking to set up his teammates more often than not, which is what I very much value as a passer. Now, we can talk about how much attention the two grab. They both shift defenses. Crazy. James Harden will often drive into the paint with 3-4 defenders and completely warp the defense. But Jokic does that too. So if we're just talking scoring gravity, honestly, I would lean Jokic, but I could hear the argument for Harden. But if we're talking
can I counter your 4 or 5 points, or
efficiency,
you gonna go on another tangent where I gotta sort out your tangent after you finish?
You countered 3 of the 4 points already. You gonna repeat it? Okay, go ahead. You know what? You got it. Go ahead.
All right. The number one, where you start talking about him creating more efficient looks, you're talking about today's present. And even still, James Harden is top in creating these efficient looks.
What year did Harden create better looks than Jokic? And if you bring up Jokic's rookie season, I swear to God, I'm going to crash out.
James Harden, when he played for the Rockets, what are you talking about? When he won MVP, what was James Harden doing?
So James Harden playing for the Rockets creates more efficient looks than Nikola Jokic did last year. Be for real now. Be honest.
It depends on it. Also, the subjective is what you're talking about. Like, it depends on what are you talking about as far as more efficient looks.
I'm talking open dunks at the basket, Jordan. I'm talking 2-point wide open floaters. I'm talking open catch and shoot threes. I'm talking the right shooter at the right time, not the grenade.
You do realize James Harden had a guy named PJ Tucker who they stuck in the corner who made the most fucking corner threes in the NBA when he was playing with James Harden, right? You do realize that, right?
2017, James Harden had more rim assists per 100 possessions than any Jokic full season.
No, he don't want you to forget about any time.
He asked the question. I'm just answering. 2017, James Harden.
It was lob after lob after lob.
How many?
2017, James Harden, 7.8 rim assists per 100 possessions. The highest Jokic full season was 2023, where he was at 7.5. That's the highest he's ever done. So that would be the year.
Say that one more time, Oz. The
7.8 for James Harden in 2017. Yep. 2023 Jokic was 7.5. So and then in the playoffs they both peaked at 5.2.
Okay, so
we can't.
And James Harden had Capella, by the way.
2018 James Harden in the playoffs 6.1. Jokic never got higher than 5.2. So in the playoffs James Harden is higher. In the regular season James Harden peaked higher as well in terms of creating open rim attempts. And
but he said, but let's talk about
I just want to put out I just want to put out
really quickly, Penn. Really quickly, Penn. Let's put some really quickly, Penn, and I want to make sure you make your point, but let's put some context on that. James Harden, he's throwing lobs to Clint Capella, and Clint Capella is available. Joker is throwing lobs to Aaron Gordon, who was available. That next season, he was not. So that's going to go down. Is that not fair?
Who was not?
Talking about at the rim. We're talking about at the rim. Is that correct?
Also, we're talking about centers.
Harden or Jokic?
Hold up. We are talking about. I'm talking about efficiency of offense. I'm talking about the efficient looks. I'm talking about how open are you? Look, when I go down and I break down paint, right? If I break down
nothing
paint,
to do with the passing.
I'm talking about. Yo, man, look.
Is the goalpost not moving wickedy right now?
No, the goal.
You also rim assists, and now the rim assists actually show that James Harden is better in the regular season and playoffs. We're now talking about different things. Also,
did I not mention open threes?
James Harden's 3-point assist is higher than Jokic as well.
Bingo.
So yeah, this is what happens.
You know what?
When you go to someone who values a lot of DHOs, you create a lot of mid-range jumpers. That's what Jokic does. He creates a lot of mid-range jumpers because a lot of his assists ends up being DHOs to KCP or Jamal Murray, who ends up coming off the DHO and getting to that elbow pull-up. So Jokic actually gets more mid-range assists than James Harden did.
Sure.
Not to mention Houston's system kind of eradicated the mid-range. So yeah, kind of going for the more efficient offense method with the Houston Rockets. You kind of put yourself in a bind. But yeah, 3-point assist, Jokic full season, the best he ever did was 3.9 in the playoffs. If you want to go regular season, the best he ever did was 4.5. If I look at James Harden in the playoffs, he peaked at 5.9, so way higher. In the regular season, we're looking at years of 6 in 2017. Sure. So 2017, James Harden, 7.8 rim assists, higher than any Jokic season. 6 3-point assists, higher than any Jokic season. So 2017, James Harden created more valuable offense by your measurement than Jokic ever did in any season. And I'm using all of Jokic's career to get his best marks and compare them just to 2017 James Harden. Never replicated those results ever in his life. So yeah.
I am talking specifically about the quality of assists. So while I will concede, let me be clear.
Please let him get his point off, Ron. Please let him get his point off, Ron.
I'm about to, Pin. What I'm saying is this is going to be the last point that I'm going to allow you guys to make. So make a good point, and then we're going to move on after this.
Okay. I think that while you are making a very valid point, and I should have known that you were going to go there because of how D'Antoni coaches and how the Houston Rockets played everything threes and dunks, and Harden being in the center of that offense. I believe that what James Harden did in Houston for those 2-3 years is an outlier of a system. I believe the D'Antoni system made him into a very look. I have watched James Harden at every single stop. I watched him in OKC. I know what this guy's passing talent is. He's an exceptional passer. That system supercharges heliocentric offense and farms assists.
What about when he was with the Sixers?
Hold up.
James Harden in 2021 had 7.1 rim assists per 100 possessions and 5 3-point assists per 100 possessions, which is right on track, if not better than any
for a guard with running with rim protector.
We gonna move this
rim runners. No, it is fair.
It is
easier. No, it is easier for a guard to do that. What I'm saying is Jokic does not farm assists at all. There's a lot of connective assists. There's a lot of, pass that leads to the pass stuff. I think that Jokic's passes may not always directly lead to assists, but the quality of offense that comes off of him getting the ball and passing it is the best offense among these two players. And I believe that Harden's over. Look, and I don't think he's egregious at it. Like, I don't think he's like Luka, where sometimes, he dribble until he doesn't have anything and then he throws it out. But very often, James Harden's first, second, and third option is to score himself, and then he will throw it out. And very often, when he's thinking about passing, it is a pre-structured sort of set to get Clint Capella open at the rim, but it is created through the offense. It is a function of the offense. And I know this very firsthand because the Toronto Raptors, they assist farm like crazy. I know the Raptors point guards get tons of assists. Huh?
What about what he did with Zubac? Is he waiting to the last second to get Zubac over, or is he doing a lot of good things to manipulate so Zubac?
Bro, if you're going to try to get me to say James Harden's not a good passer, I'm not going to say.
No,
that.
I'm trying
I
to
think
get you
he's
to
one.
say
I definitely think he's one of the 15 greatest passers.
Is better at. That's what I'm trying to get you to say. Everything that you said about Jokic, James Harden is better at.
I don't think that he's better at taking care of the ball.
Because one's a point guard, the other one is a center.
The accuracy of passes is not better, in my opinion. I don't think
how would we even measure that? I have no idea how would we
honestly
measure that.
I look at the film. I will look Bronny, you asked me to make my final point. I'm going to make my final point. When I go back and I look at the film, I will say that Jokic makes the right decision with the basketball, like in terms of like what pass to make. If I have the benefit of hindsight and the benefit of a wide view, I would say 96% of the time he's making the right pass. Harden, it's closer to like 92%. And that's where I think you have to differentiate between the Magic Johnson tier and the James Harden tier.
You are looking at James Harden turnovers based on you.
I don't care about the turnovers. I care about the openings that you miss. Look, great passers, like all-time great passers do not miss open windows. Harden rarely does, but Jokic almost never does. Magic never did. So when you talk about like when you talking about Kidd, when you talking about Nash, these guys like they create and honestly, I think Chris Paul is a better passer too. So maybe the argument should be that Jokic has never played on a team with a better passer than him, and Harden has. Maybe that should be the argument.
Oh my God!
Twice. Don't forget about that first guy that passed better than him that he played with.
Everything that he said.
You saying Westbrook?
James Harden and Jokic is Penn. No, Ron, we gotta do this because we have to get Penn to admit that everything that he said that Jokic do better than James Harden, we backed it up. And I didn't even have to look at the stats because I watched the game. Nobody watched more.
You defeated one of 4 points.
Everything that you said.
He is a more willing passer.
Harden, it clearly
is not true. He takes better care of the ball. He is more willing passer. He is a better connective passer. His offense is not as assist farmy. Yes, you have defeated 1 point, which is you say.
No, you making subjective points. You making subjective points. That's what you're doing. You keep saying
he passes more.
37.
Whoa, it's not objective.
How many centers even finished?
Unfortunately, y'all, we don't have enough time to continue to go on this merry-go-round to hit the other 6 points that you guys are trying to make. But you know what we do have? We got crunch time chats. And we are now in the segment. If you are watching the show, you already know, like the video, subscribe, become a member like Justin and Moram and Morpheus. Join up like them, and also ultimately keep sending through these super chats. Let us know whether you like what we're talking about. Let us know whether you hate what we're talking about, or if you, quite frankly, just have an opinion or stats to back something up. Let us know that. But the first super chat I got is from Kendrick Jenkins. Kendrick said, what do we think about Khan's honest ceiling is? Or what do we think Khan's honest ceiling is? Khan is a hooper. 18, 6 and 3 on 47, 40, 88 splits, 62 true shooting percentage. Is it normal rookie behavior?
This shit be bugging me out when I be hearing this shit. Yo, you go out with a chick a couple of times, and what's the ceiling? I can marry this girl. Can we go out? Can we hang out for a little while longer? Can we do that, Pop?
That ain't never the
Can we hang out a little while longer before I start talking about a ceiling?
Now that's the ceiling.
Can I start? Can we hang out for a little while longer before I start talking about a ceiling? Like how good this guy can actually be. Damn.
Take a weekend trip.
He's
hang
amazing.
out a
Let's
little
do that.
bit
We ain't slept in the same house for a week or nothing like that. Nah, we doing this. I want to know how far we could go.
I don't even know if she
cleared. We've been on a couple of days.
Chill, you heard me slander.
Hey, Chill, I ain't even met her mama yet, and that means a lot. I gotta see how fine her mama is, so I can see how she gonna age.
That's what you.
I gotta see how fine the mama is, because I might want her.
You feel me?
Oh my God. Chill, you don't see me slander Caitlin Clark, Bob Cousy. You seen a pattern here? I'm not gonna say nothing negative about Con Knipple. Con Knipple is a real deal. He is a hooper,
I ain't gonna fight
and
that.
he is taking less threes than LaMelo and Miles Bridges. This needs to change fast, real fast. Like I am watching one of the most poised rookies I've seen in 10 years. He's amazing. He is one of the hugest reasons why they're turning around their season. They're starting 3 rookies, and they're playing competitive basketball every single night. I know people don't respect the Charlotte Hornets. They are one of the most improved teams in the league. Don't let their win-loss record fool you. He's a really, really good player.
They improved based on what? Talent?
Ceiling all-star. Multi-time all-star.
I think I said pre-draft, I said he reminds me of Jared McCain / Devin Booker. But like young Devin Booker.
That's fair.
And I'm a stick with that. But yeah, he's really good. He's my rookie of the year front runner right now. I think box score wise, I think he'd probably average like 14, 4 and 4 or something like that. The scoring's been higher volume than I expected. But yeah, everything else, he shoots the ball extremely well. He doesn't take a ton of bad shots, which is extremely good. He plays off 2 feet, which I think is really good for a guy with his limitations. He doesn't waste dribbles, doesn't waste movements, makes good decisions as often as possible. Defensively, he's aware. He's physically limited, especially at this level with like his frame and stuff, but he's very aware. He makes the right play as often as possible. He tries to make plays. I just think he's a good player. And I think Kalkbrenner as well. I think Kalkbrenner has also been like a good pick for them. Kalkbrenner.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I think he's been really good at just finishing.
Jordan. Focus.
He just mans the paint on both sides of the ball. So yeah, I like him. Stealing James.
All right, Joe. I'm moving on.
I think Charlotte won the draft. That's where I'm at. I think Charlotte won the draft.
Oh yeah,
okay. Easily.
Shout out to Charlotte. I think maybe another team that you guys hated for what they did in the draft could potentially be in that running, but
New Orleans.
Brooklyn.
We'll see.
No, he's talking about
New Orleans. Oh, I was
not the 5 guys in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brooklyn.
Damn, no.
Queen and Fizz are nice too.
Derek Queen been doing this thing, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I like Derek Queen's.
Who did
he just had to stay out of Houston? He'd be all right.
Who did New Orleans give that pick to? They gave it to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Detroit. I thought they gave it to Detroit.
Nope.
No, it's Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
So if they end up with the number 1 pick in the draft again twice in 3 years, oh my goodness!
Right now, what we're hoping for is that Clippers pick goes to OKC with the number.
No, we're not hoping for that.
OKC get the number 1 pick. That's what
we're hoping for.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
OKC might as well trade for Michael Porter Jr. That's what I would do if I was them. Fuck it. I'm trying.
OKC.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, shit. Why not?
They don't need him.
Yeah, super chat.
I'm getting on to this next super chat.
I would do,
it's either Brent Kazier, but I think it's Brent Kayer.
It's Lou Dort.
I'm gonna just call you Brent. My man Brent sent through a super chat and said, which offensive engine has the best balance of scoring aggression / playmaking? It doesn't have to be 50-50, just the best balance based on what you prefer.
Jokic.
Bring the super chat up there again, Ron. I want to make sure I'm reading this correct. Which offensive engine has the best balance of scoring, aggression, playmaking? It doesn't have to be 50-50.
Now stop right there, Jordan. Offensive
that's
engine.
All skill set dependent. Yeah, it's all skill set.
Shout outs to D-Lee. I would love to hear what he has to say about Trae Young's season.
Best offensive engine.
Engine
balance of scoring
Yeah, but I think that's all dependent on the player. Like some people, you want them to be more aggressive scorers because they're better scorers. Some people, you want them to be more aggressive passers. So like, it's all skill set dependent. Like me personally, I think everyone knows where I'm going. Like Steve Nash, I think had a pretty much perfect blend of the two.
I don't think he scored enough.
I think James Harden had the best blend of the two.
I think he scored when he needed to.
Better than Joker, Jordan.
I think he would tell you he didn't score enough. Honestly,
balance. I would disagree with him.
Harden scoring.
I disagree with Steve Nash about his opinion on how much he scored. I
think it's James Harden.
I'm going with Luka.
Oh, I'm definitely not going with Luka.
I'm not going with Luka.
Why you going with Luka, Ron?
Yeah, Luka towards the bottom of my list.
All right, Luka gonna get up his shots, and I'm comfortable with Luka getting up them shots. And if you cut him off, or if you double him, or if you could prevent him from getting a shot up, then he's gonna find an open person. But I want Luka to be ultra aggressive scoring the ball, and when you stop him from scoring the ball, he's gonna make the right pass.
Not really. I know for a fact that the one thing I know for a fact, Ox, is that grenades kill. I do know that. I don't know much, but I know that grenades kill. So when you throw grenades at people, you kill them. That's what I know.
Same dude.
They also maim. You know what I'm saying? They also maim.
LeBron don't get any love in this. LeBron.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Bron's balance.
I was thinking. I just thought when you were talking about.
Oh, you said Bron. I thought you said Bone.
Talking about all time.
What?
Oh no! I think
Magic Johnson's another one.
I think Jokic is the easy answer for right now for what's been going on this season. To answer that super chat, I think Jokic is the right answer.
Oh, today, yeah, it's clearly Jokic. Yeah, I think it's Jokic. I think that's the easiest answer.
I think Jokic will very often just not be interested in scoring the ball.
Doing a gimmick.
I think he's just trying to make the right play. Like on offense, I don't know. I think he's just trying to make the right play. Like their system is for him to have the ball. Their system is for it to be on his back. Like you score or your pass is going to create the shot. So I think just with that being based, I think he's trying to make the right decision. Like if he feels like he needs to score, he's going to score. If he sees Aaron Gordon open, he's going to kick it to Aaron Gordon. If he's going to, whoever's open, I think he's just trying to make the right decision. Like I don't think his game is really motivated by, I want to score a bunch of points today or I want to get a bunch of assists today. I think he just has the ball. Like it's up to him. You know what I'm saying? So.
I think there's games where he just decides you don't feel like scoring. I definitely feel.
I'm telling the right player shooting it.
Could be.
That's what I'm at. Sometimes the right players, like when Portland goes small, and they have Toumani Camara guarding you. Maybe you should be looking at the rim instead of just spamming pick and rolls. But what do I know? I'm not a basketball mastermind like Jokic. So obviously, I'm saying this from my perspective. But yeah, I think some people were more willing to put pressure on defenses scoring wise, whereas Jokic, there's just games where he's not feeling to do that. And I'm not saying it's detrimental, but in terms of my preference,
see, Mars, Mars, I think that you're right that he's not that much of a. I'm in the other side of this, guys. Like when a guy's averaging 26, 27 a game, 29 a game, 30 a game, you ain't selling me that this dude doesn't want to get buckets. This dude definitely wants to get buckets. I just think Joker wants to do it within the flow of what we're doing. I don't think he wants to do it like other bucket getters do it. He wants to get it playing off you or you playing off me. He doesn't want to just get it where you give him the ball and you clean out the left side of the floor or you clean out the whole right side of the floor. If it means you get buckets and that opens up the offense for me more to get buckets, I'll do it. But what I'm not doing is I'm not just give me the basketball and let me go to work. Now, don't get me wrong, Mars. He will definitely open up a can of whoop ass when he has to, like he did a couple of nights ago against Zubac, where that looked personal. Like you guys think that this dude can stop me. I'm going to show you right now. I'll put 50 on his ass. That's what I'll do. But I think for the most part, him as a bucket getter, I think he definitely wants to do it. I just think he wants to do it within the flow of the offense.
Well, he's understanding hoop, chill. He's understanding basketball to where it's like, I'm going to get it eventually. Like I don't got to force nothing. I'm going to play. Yeah. I'm going to play 35 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't got to force anything right now. I could just play basketball and it's going to come. You know what I'm saying? So it just.
I like Halliburton's balance too.
I got some segments that I'm going to force into this last hour, and we're gonna make it work.
Let's do it, Ron.
We're going to have a good ass last hour of this show because I got a few things that I promise you we're gonna touch on that you guys are gonna like. First, being the top 5 comments of the week. Y'all know we can't go without doing this weekly. We missed it yesterday, but don't even trip. We right back at it today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what the people are talking about based on what the hell?
Okay, we ain't talking about that, Ron. We're not doing that.
I mean, we
Not
can't.
right now. Yeah, not right now.
Shout out Splash Sports. Guy, comment of the week every week.
God damn, give me some of that bread up there. The hell?
Oh, yeah.
The hell going on? Now, don't take it off the screen now. I'm about to hit him behind. I'm about to hit his ass with one of them behind the heads right now.
Hey, Jordan, if you was winning, you would have bread in your
Splash. That one behind the back?
All right, so the first one that we got is from Between the Lines NBA podcast. Shout out Between the Lines NBA podcast. Got the logo.
3733. Don't forget 3733.
Episode 688, 3733 said, "It's funny as hell seeing Chill and Ox still try to justify that dumb ass trade."
See, you between the lines. You know, being between the lines is cool, but sometimes you got to use that thing between your ears. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you got to use your think box and understand that it's not necessarily justifying the trade. It's just talking about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not justifying the trade. I can't justify the trade. I ain't make the trade. I'm just talking about what's happening right now. That's all.
Yo, somebody got background noise. If that's you, can you please mute yourself? All right. Next up, the next super chat is from Chill. Would you like to respond to that? Would you justify that trade?
No. I said what I said about it. I thought it was a win-win, and it doesn't look like that right now.
All right. Next, we have Clad Diamond, episode 688. How ironic. We spoke on this earlier today. Clad Diamond said the East low-key better than the West, but nobody is talking about it.
You know, now, since we're on the subject of ironic, like, why would you say East low-key is better, but nobody's talking about it, but you want us to talk about it low-key? Which one is it? You want us to talk about it, or you don't want us to talk about it? And I just don't think that the East is bad as it. I just don't think that the East is as bad as it used to be. That's all. I think the East is a lot better than what it used to be, and I don't think we give the Eastern Conference as much credit as we should. We definitely should be talking about the East more than we do, because it's not, it's not 2013 anymore. It's not.
Hey, Chill. The East low key is trash as it's always been. But
see, Ron, a West Coast dude, so I can already
nothing to do with this. Has nothing to do 100%.
With that. You're a West Coast guy, so because you're a West Coast guy, that's where you was raised. You was raised on the West. You've always been a West Coast guy. I used to live on the West Coast, so I became a West Coast guy, right? But I'm an East Coast dude. That's just what it is. I've always been an Eastern Conference dude, so I'm always going to be an Eastern Conference dude, and I'm going to respect the fact when the East sucks, and the East did suck for a long time. It 100% did, but it's not as bad as it used to be. We got some really good teams in the East. Really good teams.
East is so mid. But, hey, man, shout out to him. The next comment of the week that we got, it's a long one, and it's from Moments to Jat. Momentous Jat sent through a comment, episode 689. Momentous said, Margin Real Talk will sit there and let Ox ramble his ass off and overhype the hell out of Sabonis and say nothing, not a single word. But let Penn say something just a little too much about Scotty, or let Swiper hype up Jokic's on-off minutes, and they will come down on them like vultures. We'll have 30 minutes to an hour-long debate if Swiper or Penn misspeak. But it's okay, but it's Ox, so it's cool, I guess.
Wow, that's ridiculous. I got a little background noise, so I'm gonna just be real quick, Penn. I don't be bringing up DeMontis. Like I don't be bringing up the Kings like that. When it's brought up, I didn't make that title. When it's brought up, I speak on it. But when do y'all hear me bring up DeMontis? I don't be talking earlier. Come on, bro.
I mean, it's interesting when you go 3 or 4 on 1, it can become like you can get one person's reading up the stats, you're talking. One person's reading stats, the other person's debating you, the other person's egging you on. So 3-on-1, 4-on-1 can always be frustrating. Like that Harden Jokic debate that we just had, where Mars just quickly looked up the stats, totally left out the fact that there's a huge minutes played disparity between 17
possessions. So
well, I mean, there's also stats that I could look up that could make a point that Jokic is actually creating more assists.
Yeah, no one's
well, that's the thing. But if it's 2 or 3-on-1, one person can do one thing, one person can do another thing, and the other thing. But I do think that the Jokic and Scotty thing is definitely disproportionate. But I also think it's because Sabonis really isn't on a good team right now. Is that fair to say? If Domantas Sabonis was like, I mean, if we were doing this show with the Light the Beam stuff, and we were talking about
way different a couple of years ago when he was at the
right.
top of the
we were talking about him as an All NBA, and
But chill, he was better last year than he was in 23. He played better last year than he did in 23. But my point about that comment of the week is I don't sit up here and be like, oh, well, DeMontis is this, DeMontis is that. I don't do that. Like when y'all, for real, when do I really be the guy that brings the Kings up in conversation? When am I the guy that just wants to have a 30-minute conversation about DeMontis Sabonis? I don't do that. So it's a big difference from what I do and what Penn and Swiper do. Like I don't do that shit. I've been in 23 and 24 when I thought DeMontis was playing at that level, I would for sure throw his name in conversations when I felt like he was just being ignored for all NBA teams. I would do that 100%, but I wasn't gonna sit there and go for a 30-minute back and forth with you, except for that Kings episode. And then the other week when Ron made a title about the Kings and y'all was trying to tell me we should trade DeMontis, and I was like, I don't think we should. And I kept trying to get off of the conversation. Yeah. But y'all try to make me stay on the conversation. I don't do that with Domantas Sabonis, and I don't do that with the Kings because I acknowledge, we're pretty bad right now. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like we're not. I feel like me being a fan of a bad team gets me a bad rap. Like, oh, what about your team? I didn't bring them weak ass niggas up. Y'all talking about them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say it.
You're getting defensive. This wasn't even about you. This is about Mars and Real Talk letting you off the hook.
Well, I'm here. I'm talking about the fact that my name is in it. I think there's a big reason why I don't get the same heat for Scotty Barnes or for DeMontis as Penn gets for Scotty Barnes, because I'm not up here every day talking about DeMontis is an MVP and this and that. I rarely talk about it.
Yeah, you get it for
Kawhi.
Well,
I understand that because I push a different line for Kawhi. That's
but that's what I'm saying. So like,
those are two different things.
But the chat is saying, they don't get onto him for Sabonis, but like we're talking about, Talk is very adamant getting on Ox for Kawhi. So it's not like Real Talk just leaves Ox out of it. It's like Ox is talking about Sabonis,
and they two different
when it's
things.
Kawhi, Real Talk will absolutely go after Ox. And I think you guys I think he just understates how little I just talk in general. I just barely say anything. So
yeah, well, I don't have a defense about the Kawhi thing because I
did give us a 40-minute history of Kevin Durant, which was really well stated. But yes,
I did do that. Yeah,
you load manage. You like Kawhi. You basically the Kawhi of the panel.
Shout out Kawhi.
If you talk a lot this episode, you won't talk a lot the next episode. I get it.
The next comment of the week we got is from Light Chemistry. This was episode 690. Not 670, 690. Light Chemistry said, respect to Mars and Ox for showing up to their own funerals. Bigger men than Real Talk and Ron, who were too busy crying over Giannis FC going down to the Hornets yesterday.
What was episode 670?
This was the episode day.
It was the day after.
55.
Yeah, and they called me a Jokic hater for saying that he tried.
What's that got to do with me?
Because you're a Jokic.
You and Ox showed up to your funerals to get cooked by Penn and Swiper.
Mars is
this
not
might be the first time. This might be the first time I'm not in any.
If I'm dead and I have a funeral, I'm pretty sure I would be there.
Not me, because I'm gonna be cremated
in spirit.
No, like my body would be in the casket.
Now mine's gonna be in the urn. And what you call that thing?
But yeah, even then, I'm still there. Like the little.
I ain't gonna be there.
I'm at the funeral.
I went back to y'all say I'm not gonna be there.
But a player scoring a lot of points has nothing to do with me. Like these players, whatever they do, has nothing to do with me. I'm not making Jokic play well or play badly. Him playing well has no bearing on me at all. Okay.
All right, y'all. And for the last comment of the week, this is from Le Devil. Shout out LaDevil. Episode 691. LaDevil said, calling someone emotional while screaming at the top of your lungs is so funny. I ain't gonna lie.
That's Mars.
He's talking about
they took his thing a little too literal.
The segment of it was when Yalmar came up talking about the 80s, and I basically and then I was yelling saying it's all just jokes. I don't think I need to require much emotional output to shout. This doesn't take much energy. And B, I just thought it was funny. But yeah, I can
and
shout.
You do get animated too, Mars. I mean,
absolutely.
And D
content.
And D Mars. You know how Ox just said sometimes you got to use the thing between your head. Sometimes you got to get off the thing between his legs. Let that man live. God damn. Motherfuckers always want to talk crazy. Shit. I put it to Ian. Don't worry about it, Mars. I got you.
New super chat. Imagine telling someone that and then saying motherfuckers trying to talking crazy. You talking crazy.
Exactly. You talk crazy with people that talk crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just don't understand people criticizing.
That's the equation.
I think my biggest issue is people they get on my case too about being emotional when isn't this what this is about? I mean, you follow guys. Not only do you follow guys, but there's emotion in it. You start to dig a guy, you dig his game, and you start to like him as a player. And when people talk bad about him, yes, there's some emotion in it. And it's interesting that none of these people. It's interesting that these people out here they talk about take emotion out of it when that's the reason why we're here. I mean, we can
ideally we're not supposed to care, Chill. No, not ideally. No, you're supposed to live life. You're supposed to care about life. You're supposed to get excited about your life. You're supposed to enjoy this thing. You're not supposed to pretend like the. No. Hold on. Real quick. What you're not supposed to do is sit around and pretend like you remember like when you were 13 and 14 and you were just too cool for everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not. No. Enjoy your life. Stop pretending like nothing matters to you and you don't try and that shit ain't cool as you think it is, man. It's okay. I'm sorry for caring about basketball. I'm sorry that basketball was my first true love.
Not
you know
what the super chat said. Chill and Ox. See, you chill with chill guys do this all the time. It didn't say don't care. He said stop being emotional.
Why?
Emotional.
Okay, Ron. My question would be why though. Why?
Yeah, why exactly? Why? Why would y'all show up if we weren't passionate about what we do?
Answer this as one of
are we not supposed to be passionate about what we do? Like I love basketball. Okay, that's fine. Ron, that's fine. I get sensitive. I get emotional. I don't care. I love basketball. I love it that much. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't care. I'm not gonna pretend like that shit stuff don't bother me sometimes. Like I'm not too cool. I'm not too cool for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You guys
that's just what it is for me.
Worked up over a little orange ball and some hardwood.
Yeah, I do 100%. I do, and I always have. I've always been this way. Always have been this way. When it comes to basketball, it's that serious to me. I can't chill. I told you already. I almost walked out the arena taking my kids to see the Globetrotters. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? I can't. Y'all play too fucking much. You know what I'm saying? That shit pissed me off. I was visibly upset watching the Globetrotters.
I went and watched 9 hours of basketball on Saturday. I literally went to the gym from 11 and I didn't leave till either 8 or 9. Dead ass. Watching high school basketball game after game.
You telling me that this dude ain't emotional? This dude right here? Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Like Kai, like my man Kai in the chat just said, you could be emotional. You could care and not be emotional. Prove it.
Caring is an emotion.
They view emotion as the only emotions that exist.
Emotional
reactivity.
Sadness.
If you're happy, that's not an emotion.
And I like Kai. Yeah. Planet Kai actually, he makes some really good points. But if you care about something, if you care about something and you're passionate about something, and you won't get emotional, prove it to me. I want to see that. Okay, and I want to take whatever it is you take.
Do you really want to see that, Chill? Kawhi Leonard.
I do.
Kawhi Leonard. Nikola Jokic.
Really, these are
great examples.
Look, this the same Kawhi Leonard who, if I'm not mistaken, when they won the NBA championship, threw his hands in the air and was screaming. That's emotion.
Yeah.
that's letting out emotion. That's not a dude who, when they won an NBA championship.
Yeah, but hold on. This is productive.
This isn't
Look,
the same. This is the same.
I am
Kawhi
quite
Leonard,
emotional. Okay,
he's on record saying I'm saying, Penn, because I'm emotional about this. Kawhi Leonard is on record saying that he was in tears because he can't play because of his knee.
Yes,
because his body is failing him.
Okay,
that's
being
emotion.
Overly emotional does not mean that you emote 24/7. Chill. This is not the same thing. Y'all
not as good as he is, and he doesn't care about what's going on.
Control your emotions.
Let him finish gives a shit about what's going on.
Bro, why y'all getting like
okay,
so
look,
somebody call you emotional? So
look,
what?
I clearly get emotional when y'all say something about like Scotty Barnes being a bum, or I clearly had a visceral response when I listened to Damo say that he's just Jerry and Grant or some bullshit that he said. Look, I get that, but I'm trying to get past it. I really am. I don't think this is good. There's two things like that will make your life immediately hell. Number one, getting emotional about things you cannot control. I don't control how Scotty Barnes plays on a day-to-day basis. I do not control that. I don't control whether he's going to score 8 points or whether he's going to score 40 points. I don't control that. Number two, I really don't control what y'all say about it. So getting emotional about either one of those things is crazy to me, and I feel stupidly crazy every time I do it. It's nuts, and honestly, life is bigger than that. So control what you can care. Getting emotional about things you can control is one thing, Joe. Like getting emotional about you missed a workout, you missed a meal, you had a cheap meal, you made a disastrous financial decision. I think you can get minorly emotional about those things, but getting emotional about what other people are saying to you, I think that is very counterproductive, and I'm trying my very best to get past it.
That's cool for you. That's cool for you, Penn. But people can't tell me what I can and cannot care about.
Yeah, but I mean, but
like, what's important? What's important? What's important to me? What's important to me don't got to be important for you.
Yeah, like, and also like you choose, like you're gonna choose something like to be emotional about. Like,
sure.
I can get emotional about some shit that somebody said because I just want to talk at the moment.
But is it productive?
But if somebody say something to me heinous, I don't get emotional about it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, emotions come with being human. Like, it's just a part of it. Like, if you trying to act like you don't have no emotion, you're lying. And most of the time, if you're trying to act that way, you are what they call presenting. You're putting.
It's not emotion. Very quickly. It's not about emotion. It's about two things. Number one, when and how those emotions come out, and number two, it's about how long the refractionary period is on those emotions.
Says who though?
So no. This says psychology. So this is true, and this is proven. Your emotion, your anger, your jealousy. I promise this is true. That entire event is 90 seconds. 90 seconds. The thing that makes you angry is 90 seconds. That girl that pissed you off, that's 90 seconds. The guy that cut you off in traffic, that's 90 seconds. I promise you, it is 90 seconds. But how do I find out that people are crashing out for 3 hours straight? Because it is a cycle. Because you get mad, and then you get mad about getting mad, and you get mad about getting mad, and it just goes on and on and on. So
and this is crazy. This is insane coming from you.
Have you ever heard of the kettle?
This is insane.
Have you? But Ox, I understand what you're saying, but the reason that I know about what I'm talking about is because Jokic what?
The thing about it is, have you ever heard of the sloth calling the Jokic slow? Well, here's the thing. If you guys want to see 3 hours of crash outs, if y'all want to see 3 hours of crash outs, you know where to find us at 11 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, we are going to make your life a living heaven.
Yeah, we got another
watch
Tuesday,
the emotional overload and emotions spill all over the stage. Pull up to playback, and you will get everything that you want. Bring your popcorn and bring your A game, chat. We're gonna have a hell of a night. But also, too, guys, fellas, friends, chat, new viewers, everybody on TikTok, everybody on Twitter. The PCL is this Friday, November 21st, 5 p.m. Eastern. And as you can see, the teams have been assembled. We got Team Ox that is gifted. That's my man Jay from Fuck Is You Talking About podcast. That's my man Manny Wilson from the Rundown podcast. And that's obviously the biggest Ox that you know. And then we got Team Chill. That includes my man Dion from Ohio. That includes Damo. And that includes Akil from Courtside Takes. And then we got Jordan. Team Jordan, that's a guy that has And then you got Matty Ice. And then you got
what the fuck?
What?
A guy that has what?
The best emotional control.
I guess. Shit, I'm about to start hitting motherfuckers behind the back. I'm telling you.
Hey, we'll see if he can control it in this PCL because he only has a minute to regulate his emotions. But we have Team Jordan, which is Jordan, Penn, Matty Ice, and Football Breakdown. And last but not least, we got Team Yappa. That is Real Talk. Joel from Pick a Side, Rez, and obviously Swiper. Y'all let me know which team up here. Let me know in the comment section after the show and right now in the comment section in the live comments, which one of these teams do you guys believe will take the cake in the King of the Court PCL Season 3?
Remind me, who was Rez? Remind me.
Remember, he was
came up and cooked.
He became a Hall of Famer. He became a Hall of Famer just to win the competition to get in.
The play-in. He won the play-in tournament.
He had the Kyrie debate. He had the Kyrie debate.
Yeah, you just better hope you stay out his way. You better hope you're not there that day.
Okay.
90 seconds.
90 seconds, Fox. Put yourself on timeout. Mute yourself. Thoughts on this? Anybody want to? Actually, Mars. Just a quick 1 through 4 ranking.
You already asked him to do this.
No, these were other teams. These were other teams.
Yeah, the teams have changed.
Hey, 90 seconds. Put yourself in the penalty box. Mars.
Can I see the teams? Thank you. Swiper's team.
Swiper's still number 1.
Chill's team.
Chill's now number 2. Okay.
Ox's team, then Jordan's team.
Damn.
Wow. That's so crazy, Mars.
That's insane.
But I understand why Mars is doing this. He does this because he see the extra motivation. Like last year, he picked me last again. You know,
psychology.
It is what it is. W emotion.
All right, fellas. What we're gonna do now is move into our super hot takes segment. Before we do that, though, I do want to shout out Splash Sports, and I do want to encourage you guys to download the app because this is where some of us up here make a good amount of money, and this is where people in the chat make some money, and this is where people go to play contests to win $2,500. This is where we have NFL survivors where I know DK Betts and Durag Mike are in week 12 and they're still duking it out, but one of them is going to win a large cash prize too. And this is where you can play quick picks every day. And it's real simple. You choose a player, you go more or less on their player projections for that day. And if you hit, you win. And if you don't hit, well, you live to fight another day. But you can download Splash Sports by scanning this QR code on the screen or clicking the link in the bio and going there. And ultimately, you're competing against fans. You're not competing against the house. So really, you just have to outsmart the other people that are in the contest with you. And when you do that, you will take home a nice prize. And as of right now, I do want to give out my splash of the day. And it is going to none other than the Detroit Pistons and Jalen Duren. I got to shout out Jalen Duren because he's just playing like a maniac right now. And then the Detroit Pistons, they're, well, on a 10-game winning streak. So really them as a whole, Jalen Duren, 20 points, 12 rebounds on the year, shooting 67% from the field. The Pistons are at the top of the East, 12-2. Once again, a 10-game winning streak. This was an easy one. Go Detroit basketball. Do your thing. All right, super hot takes, fellas. Super hot takes. What y'all got for today? Ox, you seem like you ready. So you want to go ahead and kick things off?
Yeah, my super hot take is easy. My super hot take is that come this Friday, Team Ox is going to put a terrible beating on Team Chill. I'm talking about stomp them in the mud. Then next, stomp Team Drench, Team Swiper, whoever it is. I'm talking about beat them into oblivion. Then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and just take that money. No big deal.
Well, mine will be James Harden will not be on the Los Angeles Clippers by the end of the season.
Oh.
So, hey, that's my super hot take. I can see James Harden elsewhere.
You think he getting traded?
Yep.
Any locations that you could think of?
Good old Houston Rockets could use a point guard. He could use a point guard.
That actually would be fire. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
The good old Houston Rockets could use a point guard. I know we've been playing well now. We'd had the best offense in the league, but at the same time, good old Houston Texans legend could come join the squad and take us to new heights. Just get off Fred VanVleet for right now. Maybe we ask for him back when James Harden finished what he got to do with us, but I always said James Harden will retire a Houston Rocket anyway.
Y'all know you chose Fred VanVleet over Houston. Over James Harden.
Yeah, because at the time Ime didn't feel like we was ready to compete yet. That's the only reason why.
Because he felt that James Harden would be bad influence.
No, he felt that the Rockets didn't have enough yet. That's exactly what James Harden said.
I don't care what James Harden said.
Well, all right, but we should care what you think. Now, what James Harden said, the guy who was going to sign.
No, we care that James Harden said he wanted to lead the league in scoring, and Ime Udoka said, nope. Nope.
Yeah, we care that that's not real. We care that that's not real. And James Harden
what I do know is the Houston Rockets are a winning team right now, in part because Fred VanVleet helped turn around their culture.
Fred VanVleet not even playing right now. We're talking about today.
What are we talking about last year? We're talking
No,
about
we're not.
We're talking about building habits. We're talking about influence.
All right.
We're talking about championships.
James Harden never missed the playoffs in 8 years with the Rockets.
Ain't never been to the finals either. Ain't never played.
Neither has Fred VanVleet with the Rockets.
Yeah, but he's been to the finals.
Yeah, James been to the
finals.
Well,
and so is James Harden then.
That's fair.
Yep. Fair enough then.
One of them played well in the finals, though. Let's clarify that. Let's clarify that. One of them got whoa. Which one of these two players has a finals MVP vote? Go to sleep, Jordan.
Sure. Which one of these guys has an MVP?
Go to sleep, Jordan.
Which one of these guys have an MVP? Which one of these guys
regular season awards? Which one of
these guys led the season in scoring? Which one of these guys led the season in assists?
Hey, Ron, don't start. Hey, Ron.
Which one of these guys is a 8 times All-Star?
Which one of these guys?
We ain't doing Fred VanVleet, James Harden. We're not doing that.
Ron. At the end of the day, NBA history will say Fred VanVleet, NBA champion.
Harden
and it will not say that for James Harden. It will not say that.
It will also
will not.
It will also say thank you, courtesy of Hubie Brown, Fred VanVleet, finals MVP, 1 vote. There aren't a lot of players in NBA history who've gotten a finals MVP vote. Let's just be honest. So shout outs to Hubie Brown for that disastrous decision.
Shout out to Jaylen Brown.
That too.
All right, y'all. Next super hot take. Chill, Mars, Penn. What you guys got for me?
I think Jalen Duren is going to have the season that Evan Mobley had last year. I think he's going to make the All-Star and the All-Pro team this year. He's averaging 20 and 10.
Team and DPOI. Just ignore that.
I do not think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be an All-League defender, but I do think that he's going to make the All-Star team, and I think he's going to make the All-Pro team this season. That's my hot take. I think he's been fantastic for this group. I think he's been great in pick and dive. I think that offense has been what it's been largely due to his improvement in pick and dive and in that short roll. And if it continues, I think he's going to make the All-Star team and the All-Pro team.
It's not ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ridiculous at all.
Yep.
Mars?
I seem to be bad at these because they're either not hot enough or they're too hot. This is going to be the first year where none of the old heads are going to be top 10 players in the NBA.
I'm here for that.
Why are you here for that, Joe?
Yeah, he's old. Yeah, of course. So
the reason why I'm here for that is because that means that we're moving on. That's what it means. And it's okay to move on.
KD hanging in there though.
So yes, Steph ain't
that's what makes a hot take. This is going to be the year where they all fall out.
Okay.
Was that hot enough?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't agree, but yeah, Steph in there. That's all I know.
Scored
Wherever
9
y'all had
points
him
the
at.
other night, by the way.
And he scored 49 the other night too.
And then scored 11 points. Steph has had 2 games in the last week with fewer than 12 points.
Please don't leave that out, Mars. That definitely happened. That 100% happened. Mm-hmm.
Only guy I know who can do that and somehow get these shouts of top 6, 7 player in the NBA. Shout out to him.
Steph scored 11, then had 46, 49, and then had 9. Now, if you guys want to overreact to the 11 and 9 as opposed to the 46 and 49, do your thing. And the 46 and 49, you can say it was just because he just has the Spurs number. Last I checked, the Spurs are a pretty good defensive team, but I don't know, man. Yeah, one of those games against OKC. So
But
we can put that in the context
what about KD
as well.
though, Ron? What about KD?
What about him?
I'm talking about for Mars's
In
take.
the top 10. In the top 10, yeah.
I mean, KD for sure got to be in that conversation. I was saying he's still top 12 earlier, but I mean, top 12, top 10, same thing. Like,
Well, this is why it's tricky though,
Same
Ron,
thing,
because if I'm not mistaken, Curry, they in Orlando tonight. Last time he was there, I think he had 2 points, and then the time before that, he had 60, something goofy like that. So, I mean, are we trending toward the in between with him?
That would be nice if you could just get average.
Mm-hmm.
and Bron about to be back,
better.
so we'll see about Bron too.
Can't
In
wait to
fact,
see
Grumsy,
that.
Bron coming, and he coming back. He gonna be well rested. You know, shit.
So
All
hot
right,
take,
Pim, what
right?
you got for us? Yeah.
Thank you.
My hot take is that neither the Cleveland Cavaliers nor the New York Knicks will represent the Eastern Conference in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Who will it
So
be? The
who's
Toronto
gonna
Raptors?
be, yeah,
Sound
the
about right.
Raptors
Sound
and the
about
Earlier you
Pistons. Is that
said
what
they're
it's
going
gonna
to
be?
exit the second round.
Yeah.
So.
Could be Pistons. Could be the Miami
Pistons
Heat.
and the Toronto
There we
Raptors
go.
in the East
Say it with me,
Finals.
Pim. Miami Heat. Say it with
It could
me.
it could be the Miami Heat. It could be the Pistons. I really like what the Heat are doing. I really do. And I'm curious what Tyler Hero will look like when he comes back. He coming back soon. He coming back real soon.
Which, by the way, I'm glad he brought that up. Ox, what are we doing when Tyler Hero comes back? Somebody got to go to the bench.
Balling. Yeah, Davion.
Yeah, Davion.
Okay. I was wondering because somebody. And by the way, the reason why we play fast is because of Davion.
He's
Are we
not
going
the
to still
only
be able to
reason.
play as fast?
You can't just play fast only because of Davion. Everybody else has to do it too, and they'll still play fast. Yeah, definitely. And even if not, I mean, Tyler Hero has a different skill set. So, you know, maybe even if they slow it down a little bit, still be effective. I find it hard to believe that Tyler Hero will come and be the one to throw everything off. I find it very hard to believe that.
Imagine he is. That'll be fun.
Right, well, they got the best coach in the NBA, so they'll figure it out. See, over there, coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and Spo does coach. Yes, he does.
They'll figure it out.
He is paid to coach, yeah.
For example,
Eric Spoelstra.
we talked about emotion. Like this dude, small boxes in the chat. He said, "No, it's not, chill, but it's all in capital letters," which means he's yelling at me right now. He's emotional.
Or
He's my
keyboard.
He's
or is he
yelling
or
through
is
the keyboard?
or is he?
I mean, all I got to do to type in caps is just press caps lock, and I can type in caps.
But what if his cap lock button is stuck, Joe? You don't know.
I mean,
that.
No,
and
he's
necessarily all
yelling.
caps
He's
don't mean
yelling right here.
All caps could mean you
Well,
just want to have point emphasis.
small
Nah, this
boxes.
boy
He's
yelling. You can tell
small
he
boxes is a
Exclamation mark
Miami
yelling.
is a Miami Heat guy, so he just wants his point to be. You know, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, shout out to you for caring about your team, small boxes.
There it is. Absolutely.
I don't think typing in caps means you're emotional. Like, you could just press caps lock.
Just in case, it does. You know what I'm saying? I respect
why
it.
don't you tap in caps all the time when you're in the chat?
Because I don't have my keyboard in caps lock.
Why would you?
Joe, it's only one guy that types in caps all the time.
Why would you
His
type in caps?
emotions
Mike
are
Chump.
definitely.
Yes, 100%.
I just don't. It's meant to convey yelling. It doesn't mean you're emotional.
I mean,
Really?
not necessarily all caps just meant to convey bold. Like
the same way liking a video on Instagram doesn't mean you agree with the whole contents of the video. It just means you like the video.
Want to hear the reason
Mars,
why
I think my finger is like addicted to liking.
Exactly. Like
I
be watching TikToks and Instagram reels, and I'll double tap the screen. It's like I can't even remember the
before
last
I
video
even
I
heard
watched,
it.
but I know I liked it. Like so, like
I do it before I even hear it.
On this
I'm
social
like,
media stuff,
like
it's not real life. Like yelling in real life, I can understand someone saying that's emotional. Typing in caps lock isn't emotion. Liking an Instagram video doesn't mean you agree with what's being said. Like,
right?
It's social media. Like, this stuff ain't real.
It's meant to be like. But Mars, I will say, back in like 2019, 2021, 19 through like 2023. Boy, I was just addicted to liking stuff. I had to get my algorithm right, because boy, I would pop on that joint.
I'm still addicted to liking stuff.
Boom, that's why I don't scroll. That's why I don't scroll TikTok and Instagram on my main account no more, because I'm not liking videos on my main account.
I love that algorithm.
Boy,
never changing my algorithm.
I had people asking me like, "Hey, yo, bro, why you like this?" I'm like, "Damn, I like that." Shit,
I couldn't tell you the videos I like. It's just like you just double tap a screen. It doesn't take any energy.
That's what I said. That's what I'm trying to
explain. It takes no exertion to double tap a screen. And
I'm saying, I tried to explain that, Mars. I'm gonna call you next time.
You're gonna end up with carpal tunnel syndrome.
You know what else it does too? I don't know if you know this, but when you double tap a screen and you end up liking it, you can unlike it too. You don't have to just do that.
That's what it's for.
Hey, so I liked it for a reason.
There you go. Okay.
No, but it ain't that big of a deal. I'm chill. This is what I'm saying. A lot of times I have no idea that I like stuff. Like sometimes people will send me something. They're like, "Why you like that?" And I'm like, "Bro, I have no idea. I didn't even remember that I like it." Like it is. I'm just I got a habit of scrolling, double tap. So it ain't that special. I try to get better at it now. Like now,
you ever unlike something? You ever like something? Be like, nah, wait, I don't want to commit to this. And unlike it.
I did that the other day.
Like your ex's bikini pics from her last vacation.
I did that the other day.
Why would you not like that? I'm liking that, man. Every time I'm liking that.
You're trying to answer to that.
I gotta go snatch all my likes off that.
You need to stop answering questions. That's your problem. You're a grown ass man. You're supposed to like what you like.
No.
Be like, no, miss.
Talk to my lawyer. I'm not answering no questions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You gonna get nothing.
I'm busy right now.
You don't get nothing today.
Hey, Penn, grown men don't get emotional and they don't answer questions. But you know what they do? They talk about the NBA draft that's coming up. And fellas, we got some stellar prospects in the draft. And there was just a mock draft put out. So I just kind of want to look through it. Penn, no, this is not a shot at you, Penn. I just want to look at it and talk about these prospects. So, Penn, if you can overlook the first two picks, maybe we can enjoy picks 3 through 10. But here's what it looks like as of right now. This is what we're looking at. We have Darren Peterson slotted to go number 1.
Another god to Brooklyn? Oh, God.
Okay. Darren Peterson is slotted to go number 1.
Your mock draft broke.
At number 2, AJ DeBansa to BYU.
So why would I
from BYU
to Washington? Yeah. That would be the.
He ain't better than Boozer.
I don't think he is. That would be the. That would be the franchise player the Wizards need.
For sure. Respect Keyshawn George, but yeah.
He's not a franchise player,
but they could get down together. I actually like them together.
I like Keyshawn as a player. It's just franchise player. It's a different level of prospect.
Respect your French brother, Alex R.
I respect Alex R. He ain't a franchise player.
Hey, for real, like if they're able to get this pick and they get AJ, I actually love their future with Alex R, AJ, Keyshawn. And then, I mean, you still got Bilal there too.
Bilal Coulibaly now.
No, I'm
Trey Johnson on the bench.
I'm good off Bilal. Trey Johnson, yeah, I'm good off Bilal.
Yeah, you good off Bilal?
Trey.
I'm good off Bilal.
Mars, no way you good off Bilal.
I'm good off Bilal. We're in what's he in now? Year 3, right? Year 3.
Yes.
We're in year 3 and the same, and all the upside is based on physical tools that haven't translated to any tangible value.
Oh, Mars, that boy young, he got it. And on top
of
that,
I can acknowledge what's happening.
Fan last year.
He started the season good. I thought he took an offensive jump. Turns out he didn't.
But Mars, he don't gotta be a 20 point per game type scorer.
He can't score, Ron. He can't put the ball in the basket.
Mars, that's cool. But what can he do? He's athletic and he plays defense. You put him.
He's not even that good of a defender. It's
fair.
in theory defense. That's the thing. The thing with Bilal Koulibaly is, in theory, he can do things. In reality, he don't do them. He runs fast and jumps high. In theory, he can play defense. In reality, he's bad on defense. So, like, I'm cool. Like, he's 21. He might turn it around. But I'm also at the point where I'm not going to just deny what I'm seeing because of young potential. The 3 years I've watched him play, he's had stretches where he's looked like a promising prospect. The reality is, more often than not, he's been a bad player.
Damn,
shout out to Bilal, though. Maybe he figures it out, and then someone's gonna be like, "Oh, Mars, you said he sucks."
Ron, this man Mars is unlike Bilal Koulibaly. We talk about double.
Yes, I liked it a year ago.
He went back and
scrolled all the way back through the archives. Scrolled all the way back through the archives. Give me my like back.
Ron, I told you that when the girl don't answer my DMs, I snatch all my likes off her page. Bitch, you don't get that.
Yeah, give me that like back.
And I might block that.
You're not gonna get my stamp of approval. Hell no. Give me my stamp back. Yeah.
All right, number 3 on this mock draft from Jeremy Woo. Jeremy Woo has Cameron Boozer out of Duke going to the Utah Jazz. How do the Jazz?
Like I'm actually getting higher on him and Darren Peterson, to be honest. And the reason I'm getting super high on him is because I think his physical. Can I say something positive without you taking little digs? My God, take 90 seconds, Ron. Chill out. Okay, so what I'm saying is his physicality will translate. A lot of people say he's just bigger, stronger than everybody in high school. And I'm like, you know what? I'm watching this kid. I'm like, he's bigger and stronger than everybody in college. He's probably going to grow into being bigger and stronger than everybody in the NBA as well. I mean, he's 6'9". He's physical as hell. And last I checked, physicality wins. Giannis is winning. Şengün is winning. Jokic is winning. Size and strength matter. And Jalen Duren is winning. So strength wins. Steven Adams is winning. Okay, like being stronger than everybody helps. He is insanely strong. He is also younger than AJ DeBonsa. He is younger than Darren Peterson. He's doing grown man shit. And I will let you know, it's a very limited sample size right now at Duke for four games, but he is arguably having a better freshman start. Oh, no. He is undisputably having a better freshman start than Cooper Flagg did last year. He is having a better overall season than Cooper Flagg ended up putting up. And I would say Cooper had a historic season at Duke. So, same age.
There's some people who...
Boozer is amazing.
You've heard me actually say this before, but there's some people who don't need school, and that kid at Duke, he doesn't need to go to school. That's an adult right there.
Sure, you know who also doesn't need school?
I think he wasting his time in school. I do.
He's too strong to be that skilled. It's unfair for these kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's just unfair for him because he has good footwork, good coordination. He can put the ball on the ground. He has really good touch. So it's like when you put that with grown man strength, as for an 18, 19-year-old to be as strong, I can't say for sure. I don't know, but he looks like he's as strong as these 24, 25-year-old dudes. Like he
looks like an adult.
Yeah, he's moving. He's moving big dudes out of his way. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm seeing him like even like I brought up to you the other day. They're playing Indiana State, which it's Indiana State, but they had some big corn-fed cats over there, and he was just simple. It's easy. He's a little different. I can't wait to see what he does in the league.
Yeah, he's my favorite. I had him number one. I've had him number one for a while, from my perspective. Darren Peterson is intriguing to me, so I don't know. I've been quite strong on the side of it would be, for me, Cam 1, Darren 2, AJ 3. I'm still on the side of AJ's 3. That's been my position. But Cam and Darren are different. And I just think Cam Boozer is amazing. I don't really have bad words to say about him. Some people are questioning his upside, but I think he's fantastic.
Dude in the chat just said that he hasn't played against real competition. I don't know if you know this, but the teams that he's going up against, like Western Carolina and Indiana State, those schools don't have one and done guys. Those schools have guys who've been in school 3-4 years, aka adults. And he's dominating.
What's he talking about though?
Talking about Campbell, didn't they play? They played Tennessee. They played.
Yeah.
They played.
And he destroyed Tennessee. But I'm just sticking with the schools like Western Carolina. I'm thinking about schools like that don't have
got
one
20-year-olds on the roster.
Yeah, that got adults on the crew, roster, and he's kicking their ass. That's what he's doing.
I mean, my thing too, Chill, is and I know it was high school, but that's his age. Like, you play who you're against. But like I said, I go to the Hoop Summit. You know what I'm saying? So they're selling tickets for the Hoop Summit already, y'all. So if you're out in the Portland area, get them now. They're super cheap. You can get on the floor for about $40-$50, y'all. But so I went to the Hoop Summit, and Cam Boozer and Jazzy Davidson stole the show. You know what I'm saying? They were playing against the best players in the world. You know what I'm saying? And Cam Boozer was out there a man amongst boys. And it was obvious at that point, like, yeah, he's a step ahead. He's a step ahead. And mind you, like I said too, that day, Penn, like AJ Debonsa looked very good as far as just his physical tools, his speed, his size, athleticism. It was just some minor things I was saying about him. But all these dudes are great basketball players. AJ's great, Darren's great, Cam's great. You know what I'm saying? They're all great basketball players, and I think they all will be great in the NBA. It's just that at this point today, I think Cam Boozer is the most NBA ready. Now, AJ Debonsa could very well end up having a better NBA career just based on that athleticism and whatnot. But that's not the same thing to me as who's NBA ready right now. I think Cam Boozer is the one that's ready right now that could play with those guys.
I agree with Vox. I think they're all franchise-altering talents, though. And AJ's athleticism jumps off the screen. Like, his stride length, the way he's able to hop through the lane, get to these long elongated finishes. The shooting talent is intriguing. Like, if everything hits with AJ, I could argue he has the highest ceiling, probably, just because of like the big wing who can shot create, the athleticism, the defensive tools. But I do think there's probably just more questions with him. But these are all, like I said, 3 franchise changing talents. So it's not like just because I think AJ's third, it doesn't mean like I don't think he's great. I just think I prefer the other 2 as players right now, but long term, it doesn't.
I think Caleb Wilson is also going insane for North Carolina. So there's like serious talent at the top of this draft. I'm not going to say it blows last year out of the water because I'm very, very high on some of the players from last year's draft. Ron Harper, Cooper Flagg, of course, but I think it's a different level with these guys. And I genuinely do think like I would take Darren Peterson and AJ Debonsa over Cooper Flagg in a redraft. So if I can combine these 2 drafts, I think the 2 best players are in this draft. I might say the 3 best players are in this draft, and then we can start talking about who the 4th, 5th, 6th best players are. But I know we got to move on, Ron, but really quickly, Penn, I know you're a draft guy, and you too, Mars. How many hits can we have in this draft? What's a hit? Not a bust. Not a bust. Okay. Is Josh Giddey a hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes. He wasn't for the team that drafted him. Yeah. But I'd have to look deeper into the draft. Right now, I've only been paying attention to like the top guys. But from everything I've heard, this is a very deep draft, and I think drafts in general are just getting deeper. But at the top of the draft, it's easy to say now, oh yeah, I can see them all hitting. Reality is, of like the lottery, you're probably going to be lucky if like 7 of them pan out to the way people would expect.
Yeah.
But this draft, I think, does have the tools to be a really, 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 really good draft. I'll say that, but we're obviously very early.
Hey, somebody just said Tunde. Tunde, boy.
Tunde nice too.
Tunde got some. I told y'all about Tunde in the summertime. Remember I told y'all
that's the kid I was talking about, right?
The one who like
I told y'all saw him in the summertime. That's the kid I was telling you. And the Chris Sinek Jr. I sent you to him on X from U of A. But Tunde,
Nate Ament too. Nate Ament too.
Yeah. But I went and seen Tunde in the summertime. I think I told y'all when I went to Baylor and I was saying they was getting ready for Team USA, and I was like, nah, he's special. Like he for sure. Right. He for sure special. Like Tunde like that, bro. I think he got so much potential to be a really, really good, damn good defender too. Like. Mm-hmm. Like kind of like OJ and Anunoby vibes, but he not as big as an OG. He's not as big as him, but he about 6'5", 6'6". He's strong.
He plays big, Jordan.
Huh?
He plays big. Like
he plays big. That's why I said
That's the kid I was talking about that was going at AJ in that game. He was giving AJ everything he can handle. He outplayed him.
And up here, Tunde that's where I saw the difference. They got another kid on their team. I always forget his damn name. The light skin guard at Baylor. He's an NBA player too. But Tunde up here is the separator for me. Like just talking to him and like trying to get his mindset and see how he, take on coaching and take on practice. Like, nah, that shit is like that. But I do agree with Ox and Mars about the clear cut picks for that I think 1 and 2 and 3. You know what I mean? You're not wrong with either one. I still think Cam Boozer is the most NBA ready. I know I saw Real Talk say he don't know how it's going to translate to the NBA. Shit. But at the same time, I'm starting to like AJ a lot more. I thought AJ cried a lot when I first saw him, but I'm starting to like him a lot more. Him playing in the NBA system under what's that coach name again? He came from the Suns. Kevin Young, I think that's his name. But him playing under that system, I like that. Darren Peterson, isn't Darren Peterson young? Isn't he like?
They're all young.
No, I'm saying, is he like 17?
No.
He that young?
No.
He may be 18.
He is 18.
Okay, I don't know why. Cameron Carr is the dude I was talking about though for Baylor. But I still think Darren Peterson is like he just got that scoring shit figured out. Like,
what do you think about what do you think about Kingston Flemings?
Oh,
U of H. Very surprising considering the fact that Coach Sampson doesn't play freshmen or give them the freedom to do that. Him and Chris Sinnott together. Him and both of them together.
I think Chris's high school stuff leaves me a little bit desiring more, and I'm getting like really strong questionable vibes, but I like the choice.
Why? You don't like his turnaround game? He got a good post.
I think he settles for too many jumpers, and his
I told you that
hella I don't think so, but you might.
I said I saw him playing a program and he was doing that same shit.
Yeah, so like I think with him, choosing U of H is a really, really good sign for me with him, because that tells me you want to work. That tells me you want to be held accountable. That tells me you want to get better. That tells me you want to play defense. And I hope that Kelvin Sampson can turn him into like a really great player. I don't think he's gonna be one and done though.
I got to check out all these guys a lot.
Yeah,
real quick, bro.
I'm
gonna check out a lot of these guys more. I haven't really seen too many of them except for obviously like AJ and Cam Boozer, who I've been watching a lot. But right now in November, y'all, is really the chance to watch a lot of mid-major basketball, y'all. Like, take advantage of November. That's when you get to watch a lot of the small schools, a lot of the the boys and girls, men and women, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the mid-major teams you could watch.
Shout out to mid-major basketball. Shout out to mid-major basketball.
Man, I love mid-major basketball. Mid-major hoops is great because you learn so much basketball.
Yeah. So yes,
you learn so much basketball.
That's the best time to steal sets and steal plays, man. They out there playing basketball.
Mid-major basketball is great, bro. Like, it's great.
And
it's always the gym too that come out of that.
Fellas, Ox talked about people being NBA ready. Chill said some guys don't need to go to school. There are also, and Penn talked about guys in this draft potentially going first in last year's draft. Well, I got to talk about a guy that's the number one recruit in the nation, and he's probably going to go number one in next year's draft. His name is Tyron Stokes. He just recently committed to a pretty good school up here in Seattle called Rainier Beach. I've been high on this dude since he was a sophomore and was playing with AJ. I've been known to say that he looked more impressive at Prolific Prep than AJ. I'm very high on him. NBA body already, physicality. I believe he could play in the NBA right now today. And I think he's going to slaughter college basketball, and I can't wait for him to go number one overall. I like him more than all of these guys.
Ron, number one. Number one. I'm gonna tell you about Tyron Stokes. Very good basketball player. Isn't he like 6'6", 6'7", around there? About 6'6".
6'8". He every bit of 6'8". Every bit of 6'8".
Okay, we get him every bit of 6'8". Cool, chill. That and Mars.
And built like an NBA player right now.
Yeah, he is. Number one, jump shot, very questionable. I saw him in the EYBL. Jump shot is very, very questionable. Number two, he can get to the basket and finish. He's not as quick as you think he is. But he's strong.
He's 6'8". You don't need to be.
He's strong.
Yeah, he's strong.
He's not explosive though.
But he's not as explosive. That's what I was about to say.
Explosive?
He's not as explosive.
That's the same concern people have with Cam Boozer, to be fair.
But that's the same concern people had with Dylan Harper and Cade Cunningham. It doesn't matter anymore.
6'9",
He's not explosive.
6'11", Mars.
Maybe.
All right, fellas.
But I will say about Tyron Stokes, that attitude shit is gonna catch up with him. It always does.
Now, if that's the case, then okay. But if we just talk about game, his game clears.
No, he got game, but that's against college. I mean, that's against high school kids. I still do think that he can.
All these niggas played against high school kids.
No, but I'm saying how his translates to college basketball and the NBA. That's where I disagree with you. I don't think he can play in the NBA right now. He's just not fast enough, not explosive enough. He doesn't have a jump shot. He doesn't have the best touch either. Not that great of a defender.
Who does he remind you of, Jordan? Who does he remind you of?
He don't really remind me of nobody, to be honest.
So he's a unicorn. Dope.
Huh?
So he's a unicorn. Dope.
No. I'm saying he doesn't remind me of nobody like that. I can say like in the NBA he plays like this dude. Like, I mean he's all right. Like for his size and what he can do, he's supposed to be doing what he's doing. I want to see him do it in college basketball. I want to see him do it in the NBA. I want to see him do it. I don't think he's number one pick ready. Though the attitude's gonna catch up with him too, Ron. I'm telling you, this shit is gonna catch up with him. But I get it though. He's going to your high school. He going to Seattle. So I get that. But shit.
I'm not. But I've been tripping off Tyron since I said his sophomore year. It isn't because he's coming to Seattle. It is because he's playing at Beach. I'm not shouting about I am shouting about because of that. But I'm like Tyron is like that. And I think if he was in college this year, I sincerely believe it would be, and I guess it already is a big four with Caleb Wilson. You could say it's a big five with Nate Ament. However, he would be in that group, I believe. If he was at Louisville or Oregon or Kansas.
You think Nate Ament's going to go top 5?
Well, they have him right here at number 4. I couldn't get through the list.
So. I think that's going to change.
I'm not sure, but I haven't seen a whole lot of Tyron Stokes, but he shot 22% on jumpers this past season.
That's what I'm saying. Like he just doesn't have good touch either.
And that's and the misses are bad.
Yeah, he doesn't have good touch. Now he will make an exceptional play where he will drive down the goal and you will think he's gonna lay it up because he do it so slow and he'll punch it.
Dunk on your ass.
But it's like nobody expected that because he was doing that shit so slow.
He like when it comes to physicality, he is the most out of all these guys we mentioned, AJ. Even Cam Boozer. Now, I'm not saying Cam Boozer's bigger and he plays on the block. So, yes, he's more he's bigger. But when it comes to playing strong and playing like a grown man, he plays stronger than all of them dudes. He absorbs contact better than all of them dudes. So that's my thing.
He absorbs contact better than Cameron Boozer.
Yes, he does. But I'm saying you gotta understand Cameron Boozer is a big man though.
You know what? You know what's really funny? I was talking to a scout the other day, and I said, I asked him the same question I asked Jordan. Is like, who does Tyron Stokes remind you of? Because I was talking to his trainer and stuff, and I was just kind of curious. And he said he reminds me of 3 players: Scotty Barnes, Caron Butler, and Jason Tatum.
I see the JT. I don't really like the Scotty Barnes comparison though.
I don't like the Caron Butler one either.
Wait, what player we talking about?
Tyron Stokes. I totally see that. The 6'8" point guard stuff, I totally see that.
Yeah, keep Caron out of this stuff.
But all right, fellas, it is about that time to get to these crunch time chats. So let's go ahead and
Ron, I got to dip real quick. I got to see you later.
Merry Christmas, Jordan. Merry Christmas.
All
right, bro.
The next super chat in this crunch time segment that I got is from D-Jet. D-Jet said, Jokic, stop moving the goalposts, bro. This is why people can't stand these Jokic convos. The glaze is going too far for Jokic. Jokic is a beast, but he's putting convos that he shouldn't be in. This was nasty.
I think he's a better passer than James Harden, by the way.
But you had to do what you did anyway because I made a mistake. Okay, so.
Well, I just checked because you said something that wasn't true. But I can agree with your point, but disagree with the argument.
Okay, sure. So, in terms of assist points created this year, Jokic is number 1 in the league. Number 2 is pretty far behind. His efficiency, he's doing it So, and relative to what James Harden did in 2017, he's doing more per possession in terms of assist points created. So that's what I meant really when I said efficiency, and I accidentally said, okay, rim and open threes. He just creates better shots. I don't know if you want to argue that the shooting talent around him is better than the shooting talent around James Harden, and that's the disparity. Fine, make that argument. I'm just saying he anchors great offense. He is just great at it, and I don't think that he's being put in conversations that he doesn't belong in at all. I think the conversations are fair. I understand the resume is a little bit bare. It would help his case a lot if he had 3 championships next to his name. But I think we have to also acknowledge that we give a lot of grace to players who've, solo carried teams without another All-NBA player. We give a lot of grace to those players. We give a lot of grace to James Harden for not winning in Houston. We give a lot of grace to players like Charles Barkley, right? We do. We do. We give a lot of grace to those guys. We even give grace to number 32 for never winning a championship in Utah, even though he had another All-NBA player, caliber player in John Stockton. So I think you need to give Jokic that same grace. It's not as easy to win championships anymore. It's not as easy for Jokic to win a championship as it was for Kareem to win championships. It's not as easy for him to win championships as it was for Bill Russell to win championships. There's more teams. There's more competitive teams. He's in a stacked conference. But I do believe he is peaking at a top 10 all-time player right now. I really do think that.
So high bar. James Harden from 17 to 19 had the best offense in the league, second best offense, second best, along with the KD Warriors in that 3-year span. So, yeah, I would argue he did quite good for himself.
Yeah. We got another super chat from Anna Monica Studios. Celtics had tougher shooting luck and a tougher schedule than the Raptors. Watch the standings. By the way, who is the best boxer you've ever seen?
I don't watch boxing.
I do think Boston will get better, like record-wise. The best boxer I've ever seen is Vasily Lomachenko.
Best boxer I've ever seen is Winky Wright. And the Monica Studios. Rank these 6 players on how well they played in the 20, this season so far?
This season so far.
Okay, so how far they've played so far this season, 25-26 season. We got Giddey, Maxey, Scotty, Denny, Laurie, and Cade. What y'all think?
Mars, you can go first.
Cade, Scotty, Maxey, Giddey, Lowry, Denny. No. Cade, Scotty, Maxey, Lowry, Giddey, Denny.
Okay. I would go Scotty, Maxey, Cade, Denny. No, wait. Scotty, Maxey, Laurie, Cade, Denny, Giddey. Or Giddey, Denny. Let me go that way.
Yeah, that I'm fine either way with that. That's why I said 3 from Denny has made me that pissed me off.
Right. Moram sent a super chat addressing me. He says, Ox, I always disagreed with you about Luka being a grenade launcher. Now I'm seeing it. He doesn't pass unless he literally can't score on said possession. What do y'all think? Y'all think Luka's been a bit of a grenade launcher this year or no?
I don't think that's what grenades are, but yeah, that's what I think Luka does. Yeah, Luka's a score-first player who can pass when the scoring opportunity dies down. But a grenade... Did you see the clip of what D'Lo did to Najee Marshall? Have you seen that clip going around on Twitter? It was the game against the Timberwolves. D'Lo dribbled out the whole shot clock. Literally, he brought the ball up the court, dribbled out the whole clock, received a screen from every single one of his teammates. Just hovered around the top of the key the whole time, did nothing, and then gave Najee Marshall the ball with like 1.8 on the clock to just shoot some sidestep three. Yeah. That's a grenade. I don't think Luka's a grenade launcher more than I just think he's a score-first player who has insane passing ability.
Right. I think me personally, when I say a grenade launcher, I think that's when you give your teammate the ball in a terrible position, in a terrible situation, and they don't have much options. That's what I mean by grenade launcher. And it doesn't even have to be at the end of the shot clock necessarily. You know what I'm saying? It could be or it can't be, you know? But when you give your teammate the ball in a bad situation, I think you're being a grenade launcher. Did you have input on that one, Penn? Or?
No, I agree with you. Everything you said is true.
For the neighborhood says, chill. That darn ball handle looks real.
I mean, there's just no disrespect to Evan Mobley, but I know that Evan Mobley should be like higher on my rankings, but I'm just so high on Jalen Duren right now. It's hard to contain my enthusiasm, what was it? Enthusiastic optimism or optimistic
optimism?
Biased optimism. I have a tremendous amount of biased optimism for Jalen Duren. I really liked him in the draft, and I just think his playmaking is a little bit underrated. His skill development, his physicality. He's just so tough. He's so tough. I like bigs who like to be bigs. You know what I mean? I don't like these bigs who are like doing fadeaways and falling away from contact. I like bigs who go into contact, who try to impose their will, and he does. He does that. He gets on the glass. He's physical. He's anchoring great defense. And honestly, I think Beef Stew is like one of the best backup centers, period. So good. So it's just really good team they got in Detroit.
Yeah. Average Joe sent through one, says, Harden is hitting stationary targets. Guys just standing in the corner. Dribble, 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 collapse defense, lob or corner. Oh, so amazing.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I get the point. He does do that a lot.
I'm more on that side. James Harden, that's why when James Harden says he's the system, I agree with him. I get what he's saying. Like, James Harden has pretty much mastered his form of offense. But I just think his form of offense can be a bit predictable.
Right. And that's why and honestly, like the results don't lie to you. Typically, and again, this is not like something that is historically verifiable, but this is something that I've always felt, is that great players and great teams get better as series go longer, right? Because you play more, you figure out each other's tendencies, and by the end of the game, by game 7, you're typically in a place where you've already seen all of my adjustments. I've made my 2 adjustments. You made your 2 adjustments. I know your scheme. I have a rhythm for your offense. Now it's just who wants it more. That's what makes game 7 so exciting. It matters to me that James Harden sucks so badly towards the back end of series historically. It does matter. And that tells me that teams, once they figure him out, once they get a rhythm, he doesn't have enough counters in the bag. Jokic also has had some pretty mega playoff series drops, but not to the level of Harden.
Right. Steven 914. The more Jordan lied, the more his beard gonna stink. Wow. Devin sent a super chat. Chill. That Barack take was goofy. He wasn't president for being the first black man smart enough. Penn saved you. Don't talk reckless over hoops.
I don't get
I
that.
doubt that's what Chill said, but if he did, then shout out to Chillman.
Well, I mean, Chill said that, I believe if I'm quoting this correctly, Chill said he's super smart. A lot of people aren't like that. He went to Yale or wherever he went, Harvard. He went to Harvard. I didn't go to Harvard. I went to a state college, whatever. And then I brought up the fact that the largest growing demographic in America of growing millionaires and billionaires is black people. So
right. I heard that part. Actually, I was listening to that part.
I wonder how much the NBA has to do with that.
No.
But I wonder how. I don't know if Barack Obama's the reason for that, and I'm not trying to take credit away from him if he is the reason for that. But I just think people are being more financially literate and just kind of either way, it's not. It doesn't matter to me why. Shout out to us. Average Joe with another super chat, man. Average Joe, you've been killing it today. This brother Jordan's glasses reflecting everything. I can see his browser tabs. Hey, brother, you working. Please close that one tab. Yikes.
That one tab.
Browsing history.
That one tab. Damn, what was Jordan browsing? Now I gotta go and look at Jordan's glasses and figure out that he was on some site that he wasn't supposed to be on. We need to do some website blocking for Jordan while he's on.
Let's not dig too deep into it. DJ. Also, no Russ in the passing convo? How?
Not even top 50.
I could argue Russ is a better passer than James Harden.
but you won't.
Mean it? But would you mean it though?
I don't know. I'm not as high on James Harden's passing as Jordan is, obviously. So I think Russ and Harden are probably in a similar tier.
I think Harden's better.
That's fine. I'm not arguing against.
I think Halliburton's better than both. I don't know why he didn't come up in that conversation at all, personally.
Mm-hmm. If ATL number 1 pick, do you get AJ or Darren to replace guard forward spot? Boozer to replace Zach, or trading down to get new PG star? No projected point guard centers top 5.
I don't think you can trade down in this draft if you have the number 1 pick. I don't think that makes sense. I'm probably, based on like NBA upside plus like NBA readiness, I'd probably say Darren Peterson should be the number 1 pick if the draft was today. And I think he'd make a lot of sense for Atlanta. He fits into the defensive mold. He's an athlete. He can score the ball at a high clip. He can play on and off ball. He kind of makes Trae Young expendable in that regard. You can have Dyson and Darren as your backcourt. Both can play defense. Both force turnovers. Both get out and run. Both can command ball handling responsibilities. But if you get to a point where whoever has the 3rd pick and the 2nd pick say, oh, I have the 2nd pick, I want AJ. I have the 3rd pick, I want Kambuza. Maybe then you could trade down to 3 and then still get Darren Peterson. But like, I think Darren Peterson would make sense for Atlanta, is my point.
This is the Markelle Fultz thing all over again with Jason Tatum and Lonzo Ball?
What do you mean?
Well, in this case, Jason Tatum would be like the guy that you want, and you trade back 2 spots just to get him.
Oh,
because Boston, allegedly, Boston wanted Jason Tatum at number 1, and they were willing to trade back with Philly, who was willing to add assets to move up to number 1. They'd still get their guy. So I don't know. I feel like by the end of the season, that Darren's probably going to be number 2 and AJ is going to be number 1. I just get that feeling that AJ is going to he's going to develop and he's going to show some stuff athletically. And you've already said like his athleticism pops off the page. He might have the highest upside. If it's close, typically you tend to go with upside. Like I think Emeka Okafor and Dwight Howard was really, really close. And Emeka was coming up. Emeka was obviously more quote unquote NBA ready. And, you know, the Magic chose Dwight Howard. And a lot of people were like, how can you choose Dwight Howard over this ready-made, you know, franchise center who's going to anchor your defense? And, like, they're laughing. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they made the right decision, but Emeka was still really good in the NBA too, though. In this particular draft, if I got the number 1 pick, I'm not going to chance it and trade back. I'm just going to take who I want number 1.
Me too. That's
like, yeah, like even if I think, oh, he might drop to 4, I'm not risking it. Just there's so many good players, man. Just take who you want at number 1. Don't worry about them saying, oh, well, why would you take him number 1? Just take him. That's my input on it. Hunter with the final super chat of the day. What are your guys' top 5 best, most impactful offseason pickups so far this year?
KD. Damn.
Nikhil?
Ooh, Nikhil. Okay, yeah. I was trying to think if there was any other stars. I forgot.
Lonzo?
DeAndre Ayton, yeah. KD.
DeAndre Ayton has been good. Lonzo, I wanted to say.
J-Val.
Gershon Yabusele, love? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, buddy. Tim Hardaway's been huge though. Tim Hardaway has been huge for the Nuggets. Last night was bad, but we'll ignore that.
What do you think about this one? They said Duncan Robinson just because there's no Ivy, no Hart, no Tim Hardaway, and no Mikal.
I just can't ignore the fact that Duncan hasn't been good. I don't think he's been good. He's okay.
What's the bar for good? I mean, I think he's
$16 million a year. I think he's okay.
Forget the money. Cool. Forget the money for a second. Do you think he's been playing decent?
Yeah, I think he's been good. I think he's done what he's supposed to do. He knocks down threes. He makes good decisions for the most part. Defensively, he still sucks. Like he's Duncan Robinson.
What about Sandro Mamukelashvili?
He's been amazing. But I liked Sandro last year.
I did too. I was very excited when we got him. I was like, we finally figured it out. This is exactly the type of big you put next to Scotty and BI.
Does Ryan Rollins count? Because he just re-signed in Milwaukee. Does that count?
No. Additions, off-season additions. They can't have been on the team last year.
I don't know. I can't even remember most of the additions.
What about Drew Holiday? Has he been?
Oh, yeah. Drew.
I think he's been pretty.
There's been quite a few good ones. Yeah, there's been quite a few good ones.
Yeah. Well,
Desmond Bain, yeah, he started too stinky. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna lock in though. All right, y'all. Well, that is the end of the super chats, and that is the end of the panel. We will be on playback this evening. Y'all don't miss it. It's gonna be a great game, great show. Shout out to Splash Sports. Yeah. This is who the show is sponsored by, man. Peace, y'all. Check y'all later.
Merry Christmas.
Peace, y'all.
Oh yeah, Norman Powell. That's right, Norman.